Can you hear me now? Okay, it's asking me to verify my email. Give me a second. We have noticed something unusual. सब कुछ ही unusual चल रहा है अभी तो. Verify my email. Send to your email address. Now it's asking me for my password and
Hello, 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 and welcome to Megnerds Politics Hour. Wait, we are still calling my live stream on Friday. Hello, this is Friday live stream. Welcome, welcome. And today we are going to talk about the most biggest news ever, which is the Kejriwal arrest, as promised. And I have a guest coming in today. His name is Saurav Das, and he's still trying to figure out how to get in. You must have heard like bits of it just just now. That's why I had to mute the music. I think he's here. Just a second. He's still figuring things out. Life is all about figuring things out. But yeah, he's here. Wait, Saurabh, mute. I can see you now. So great. Just mute. Let me just do my intro. We are already live. So, okay. Hello, hello. Hi. Welcome to Make Nerds Politics Hour. Again, why am I calling it that? Welcome to my live stream. It is Friday. It is 9 p.m. It is 22nd of March 2024. And the biggest news that we have today is that Kejriwal has been arrested last night. And I know like every 15 minutes yesterday, someone is like, Kejriwal arrested. And like, I know. Kejriwal arrested. I'm like, yes, I know. I just don't know the details. I'll talk about it on Friday, which is today. And I'm going to talk about it. But not only that, I have a guest with me. Say hello to Saurav. Hello, Saurav. I think you need to unmute yourself. Yes.
yes. Hello, hi
Hello.
Meghna,
Yes, you've figured
and
it
hello
out.
to you joining us.
Yes. So, Saurav, first introduce yourself.
Yeah, very short introduction. I'm just a journalist doing investigative work mostly, writing on law, judiciary, sometimes crime, and exploring other beats.
So the reason why I got Saurav, and you I think are not giving yourself enough credit, friend, is because Saurav is one of those people who I have seen talk shit about judiciary with abandon. And I love it. I mean, like, it's a very rare quality in someone. So, Saurav, would that be okay for me to say? Like, you
Yeah,
criticize the judiciary
perfect
pretty
introduction.
yeah, and also because you have done this thread on very interesting thread which we will get to about the Bela Trivedi bench, which has a relationship with this case also, and now this case
Right.
has a relationship with the electoral bonds case also, and then this has a relationship with how the Supreme Court is dealing with it, High Court, so many things, right?
It's Billaman's world, basically.
Yeah. Precisely, precisely. And so that's why I thought that it would be nice to have you and help us take you through the story in general. Cool?
Yeah.
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 So let me just say hi to my people first. Yeah. And then I will come back to you. Just a second. You can see the link, by the way. I sent you the link, no? So you can also see the chat on the side if you want. Um, you
Okay.
can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, 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 uh. Okay, hello everyone. Hello Gurudas, hello Srilekha. Gurudas का idea है भाई upload audio of streams as podcast. I have been thinking about this also, Gurudas, to be honest. But करते हैं, कभी करेंगे. Too lazy right now. बट देखते हैं. I'll have to figure out the like Spotify पे डालना है कैसे डालना है. I'll talk to like Anurag Manus Verma and figure that out. मैं उससे बात कर ही रहा था इसके बारे में. But yeah, soon करेंगे, सब करेंगे. हमको like we have to become biggest international media house. Remember तो podcast तो what is this little thing we have to do? We will do. Don't worry. Who created ED and 5657 and let it out as a monster? Who created ED? Oh wow, that's a deep question, which I have no answer for. I have no facts about this, but maybe Saurav will. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. But dekhte. Honestly, I feel like nobody gives a shot. Nobody gives a shit about Kejriwal anymore. He was just there because there is no other option. Isn't that the case with Modi also, to be honest? I mean, 2014 में everybody was like, हाँ इसको भी देख लेते हैं क्या होता है types. That's basically how leaders are elected in our country. They're elected because there is no other option at that point of time. So sure, Kejriwal was there at the right place at the right time, and he had luck by his side, and also popularity and a lot of other things. So yeah, he won badly, and then he pissed off the BJP, and now he's paying the price for it. Ahaha. Like I know like there are a lot of people right now on Twitter and other places who are celebrating. They're celebrating the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal, Laddu Batre. So yeah, if there is anyone who is also Laddu batting on Kejriwal's arrest, please say hi. Also, welcome to all the new people. Oh, we have 200 people already. Okay, hello, new people. Clearly, there will be new people. I can already see so many new people. Just wanted to say I'm watching this stream because there is 100% going to be a 2v1 tomorrow at work when my co-workers will gang up on me and argue for BJP and ED. I'm here for your lessons. Yash, that is a good idea. You should watch this stream because I will tell you how to fight. Intellectually, that's if that's what you're expecting. No, I won't, but it's nice to have you here. Hello. Okay, so let's get to the guest. I will be talking to you guys, of course, after 10:30 we'll be having a Discord chat, so you can come join that as well. And I wanted to give a shout out to our sponsor, Engineer Mantra, and I will talk about them also in a bit. Yes, they are supporting the stream. So thank you so much. Just a second. Let me get our friend on now. Hello, Saurav.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
So, Saurav, let us start with how you feel. How do you feel, friend?
In which sense do I,
As a
what do I feel
person.
as a person? Very interesting time, I think, as a journalist, because you see every day something or the other is happening, right? And you're always busy. There's always news. There's never a dull day. And I think it's just gonna get better in that sense because elections are almost here, and you see how the BJP has been going on and on with all the things that they're doing. So I think very interesting days. But I think on a serious note, uh, I also feel, a sense of doom because I don't know where the country is heading now. Seriously, I mean, I don't know what is happening, and that uncertainty, I think many others are also feeling. So, as a journalist, yes, interesting days. Lots to report on, lots of digging around to do. But as a citizen, very concerned.
Do you feel hopeful though?
I mean, that's the only thing we can cling on to at the moment. I think so.
I like you. Yes, yes. That's
I
true.
am hopeful. I'm not
Hmm.
very pessimist.
Hmm.
But then it's getting difficult day by day to be hopeful.
Yes, correct. That's actually the thing, because in the past week, no, so much has happened, and
Yeah.
oh my God, so much has happened, especially yesterday. So yesterday, I was just telling people about this yesterday. I had prepared this whole stream, right? Okay, I will talk about electoral bonds, EVO, whatever, like the stories, because the data hadn't come out. Right before the stream started, 15 minutes before the data came out, right? Then 15 minutes after that, news came out that Arvind Kejriwal is arrested. And while that was
Yeah.
going on, some other news also broke. And then there is like this 11 o'clock hearing thing that was happening. I'm like, "Ye kya ho raha hai?" Like, it's so hard.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
And
go on.
um, no, no, that's the thing. And as someone who covers the courts,
Hmm.
uh, the courts are also involved in all the drama.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean,
See, that's why I thought it would be interesting to talk to you, because most of this drama that we are seeing is kind of playing out in the courts right now, right?
mm,
So can we start with at the beginning, right? So what is this Arvind Kejriwal case that is being heard?
yeah. So this is the alleged liquor scam in Delhi, right?
Hmm.
So the Delhi government, before all the thekas in Delhi
Hmm.
were under the government, so they were all government thekas. The government one fine day thought that we are not going to be in the business of liquor anymore. Let's
Hmm.
privatize the whole thing. So they came up with this policy, I think, back in 2021, and they privatized all the thekas. They put
Hmm.
it up for auctions, and bidders came in. And apparently the allegation is that there is this south gang, right? Mainly from Telangana.
Hmm.
So the south gang got liquor licenses for 9 zones in
Hmm.
Delhi out of the 36. And the policy apparently was made in such a way that it profited, very unreasonably profited these wholesalers and retailers.
Hmm. Hmm.
And the BJP is saying, the Enforcement Directorate, its ally, that the margin that they are making
Hmm.
over the margin that they are making, the profit margin, a substantial sum of it are kickbacks for the Aam Aadmi Party.
Correct.
And they are saying that during Goa elections, they used that kickback
Hmm.
for campaigning and other stuff. So
Hmm.
that's about 100 crores. The figures are different. Now
Hmm.
they're saying 45 crores were used, but the entire scam apparently is of 100
100
crores.
crores, yes.
So this policy was made in such a way that it benefited private players, and
Hmm.
the Aam Aadmi Party got kickbacks, and that is the entire allegation
Hmm.
in brief. Yeah.
Right. Now that you mention it, I must tell people who are not in Delhi. When this was implemented, I will tell you what was happening. So when this was implemented, first daru gayab, like from entirety of Delhi, right? For a month straight, it was like kya ho raha hai, sab dukan band, right? All the shops were closed down. Then suddenly we see movement. All the government, thekas, they start suddenly renovating one after the other, right? And then there are like these amazing, they become suddenly these amazing shops which are like glass and you can walk in with like carpets and shit. I'm like, ye baju ka theka suddenly aise kaise ho gaya, right? And then once they open, oh my lord, the amount of variety there was in Delhi. And also, by the way, these thekas went nuts, right, with deals. Like literally, there was do beer case pe ek free type deals also happening. And I remember there were so many companies, new alcohol companies who usually don't get entry into the market, were able to directly advertise their products in these thekas. And for like a good, I think I would say 2.5 months, it was glorious, it was paradise. For the first time ever since I remember, the liquor was cheaper here than in Gurgaon. Like, I mean, if you counted all the discounts and everything, right? And then after that, there was this news floating around, if you remember, Saurav, that Haryana and UP government were very pissed off because
If,
apparently people from UP and Haryana were coming to Delhi and buying
yeah.
the liquor and going. Usually, what happens is people from Delhi go to Haryana and buy the liquor,
Yeah.
and now the situation was reversed. And honestly, I feel like the Delhi government made a lot of money during that period also, because
They did.
the policy was a hit, right? And also, people were happy. Like, people were genuinely happy. I mean, I could see it. Like, I mean, not just me, but my friends were also like, "Arey, ye kya ho gaya suddenly?" Right?
Mm.
They had no idea that this excise policy or anything was happening. They just knew that Delhi government did something which is making more alcohol available now, which
Yeah,
is fair and in like a better place. Um,
absolutely.
so that
And you would
happened.
expect that in a country's capital
Yeah,
city, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And also, like, honestly, and I would like to hear your thoughts on this also. I don't think the government should be in the business of selling alcohol at all.
Shouldn't
Yeah.
at all. I mean, if you see, a lot of conservatives also think that government should not be in business at all,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So that's what they try to do.
Yeah, and they tried to do that, and then after that, like after that, they suddenly shut it down. Then again, all the shops were closed because this started, which is like, oh, corruption hua hai, scam hua hai.
Allegations,
Uh,
allegations.
Allegation started, and then a person called Vijay Nair showed up, who
Hmm.
used to be the CEO of OML, close to Aam Aadmi Party. OML, which managed AIB, the erstwhile comedy group.
Right.
That's how OML also became big. And then Vijay Nair and lots of things, and a few people from Khan Market were also like arrested, and a lot of things happened. But like a bunch
Yeah.
of people were raided, arrested. Okay, now Saurav, tell us, what has the ED found so far?
So the ED's case, yeah, in nutshell, they found no evidence as
Hmm.
such, right, against Kejriwal at least. The ED is saying that we have an approver with us
Hmm.
who's named Kejriwal, and we need to find the money trail.
Hmm.
And that is the main reason that they have arrested Kejriwal.
Hmm.
Now, evidence as such on the record is not much. They are still trying to establish the money trail. And if there is no money trail, there's no PMLA case.
Yeah. Yeah.
So right now they have nothing against
So
Kejriwal,
the
and
act being Prevention of Money Laundering Act. If there is no money, then
yeah,
what is there?
there's no money, there's no laundering, there's no proceeds of crime.
Correct.
If there's no proceeds of crime, there is no case.
Yeah.
So they're still trying to establish that, and that's why they need his custody
Hmm.
apparently.
No, so this reason has been given multiple times now, right? First, when they arrested, I think when they arrested Sisodia, they were like, "Oh, we are
So
arresting him because we need to find the
he's
money
the
trail.
kingpin. He's the kingpin.
He's the kingpin," right? Then
That's what they
suddenly,
said.
yeah, that's what they said back then. Then they
Yeah,
went after Sanjay Singh for the
yeah,
same thing. They arrested him. They're like, "Oh, now he's the kingpin," and then
yeah.
now they're like, "Oh, Kejriwal," right?
Yeah.
Finally,
And now
they
he's the kingpin today.
what?
That's what the ED's council
Hmm.
stated in court today, that he is the kingpin and we need his custody. So now there's another kingpin.
Yeah, the king of the kingpins
The
is
king.
basically Kejriwal. So okay, so now these few arrests have happened. They are in jail, and I think यहाँ पे important to talk about the PMLA Act, okay, and the
Mhm.
changes that were made. So guys, PMLA is Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Saurav, please, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, you see there are certain offenses that the government has listed in the act.
Hmm.
Those are called predicate offenses. So maybe, um, robbery or
Hmm.
anything that the government feels are predicate offenses, they have listed it down. If there is an FIR against you on those grounds, the ED can then take cognizance and file a case of money laundering. Now, what is money laundering?
Hmm.
So, if I commit a crime and I gain some money out of it, and I use that money to maybe purchase properties or do other stuff, that proceed of crime, it's called the proceeds of crime.
Hmm.
I use that money, that tainted money, to do further offenses, right? And
Correct.
I cannot do that. And that is called money laundering. And the PMLA Act is only then invoked. You cannot invoke it if there is no predicate offense at all in the first place. So if I don't commit robbery, I have no money, and therefore I cannot launder that money to do further offense. So predicate offense is the it needs to be proved. If the predicate offense is not proved in a court of law, the money laundering case also falls, because then, I mean, the
Of
money
course.
that you gain out of it
So
is
from what I
not
understand, there needs to be a proceed of crimes, which is the money. Then there needs to be an act of laundering that has to be proved, and only then, and then like crime committed through that laundering, and then that is
yes,
the whole package that you need to sell to make a PMLA case. Yeah.
correct.
So, so the thing is, I mean, they made changes in the law, right? Which is essentially it gave more powers to the ED to essentially arrest people and keep them in custody until they get the proof. But the other thing, which also happened in the PMLA, is that now the burden of proof is
Yeah.
on the accused.
Yes,
Yeah.
and thanks to the Supreme Court for this, because there was a judgment of the Supreme Court way back, I think in 2016 or 14, if I'm not wrong, after which the government came up with some amendments, and those amendments were challenged, and the Supreme Court in 2022, the Supreme Court held that uh, the burden of proof is on the accused to prove that he is not guilty of any offense, which is entirely opposite to what criminal law really says. The burden of proof is on the state, on the prosecution to prove that the person is guilty of an offense. But right now, a person is assumed to be guilty. Even when there's an accusation, and the proof falls on the defendant, that is the accused person, to really say that I'm not guilty of this crime.
Fair
And that
enough.
is really difficult to prove in a court of law.
And also like it is also bizarre logic, no, like it doesn't make any sense because so if a person is arrested for a crime, then it is on the burden is definitely on the state to
Yeah,
prove that they have committed the crime, right? So it is the
exactly.
whole not guilty against until proven otherwise.
Exactly.
They've turned it on their head. It's basically guilty
Turn it on.
until you prove you're not.
Exactly. Exactly. And therefore, the repercussion of that is that jail jail, not bail, has become the rule. Because
Yeah.
at the initial stage, until very recently, if you arrest an accused under PMLA, you wouldn't even know what the grounds are for arrest. Why are you being arrested? The ED officers wouldn't tell you that until very recently.
Hmm.
So how do you then go to a court and say that I'm not guilty of of this offense?
That's
So
true.
really, it became you were rotting in jail all the time because you don't have enough material to prove that you're not innocent. So you're not guilty. Sorry.
Absolutely. Okay, Saurav, I'm going to read some comments. Seems like a lot of non-Kejriwal fans have showed up today, which is always fun. Gives me a lot of content. I know you get it. There are a few. किधर गए? So like Shran here, for example, SRAN. He's like Piddi Patalkar, right? Which is, you hear these things on Twitter, no, Saurav, all the time. But then when you see
Yeah.
it on your face, when these things happen, when people like Shran show up and they bring these words from Twitter, copy paste it and put it here because they can't form sentences, no? Because
Yeah.
Twitter
Very original.
yeah, very original. Basically, these people like Shran are पिड्डी guys थोड़ा context दे दे इनको पिड्डी जैसे हमने PMLA Act समझा है ना like we spent some effort. So पिड्डी is apparently Rahul Gandhi's dog. And there are patrakars who are apparently piddi patrakars. In case you didn't know, just saying, Shran, I'm helping you out here, right? So basically, Shran is saying that we are supporting the Congress. It seems. I don't understand
Yeah,
this.
supporting Rahul Gandhi now. Yeah.
Supporting Rahul Gandhi when we are completely talking about PMLA. एक तो श्रण थोड़ा अपना vocabulary बढ़ाओ, like थोड़ा सा effort डालो, right? We are talking about PMLA. Maybe Google it, Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Oh, because when your favorite party goes out of power, no, this same act will be used against them also. and I can write it down right now. And that is the fear that we are trying to express. But ठीक है, I mean, I guess तुम्हारा express करने का vocabulary नहीं है, so what to do? It's okay. It's okay. Rahul Gandhi works for BJP, it seems. Krishna is saying. Yeah, apparently. So like, so I've been calling this the extortion directorate for a very obvious reasons. But like, Saurav, please tell us court mein kya ho raha hai, because there are so many things happening in court, especially in the last few days. I'm a little confused about that. Please tell us.
Are you talking about the this liquor scam case, or
Yes,
in
liquor
general?
scam case. And then we'll talk about the other stuff that is happening also. First liquor scam, then we'll go to the electoral bonds, etc.
Liquor scam, you see, Manish Sisodia, when after he was arrested, he's simply unable to get bail, even from the Supreme Court, right? If the Supreme Court doesn't grant you bail, the lower courts follow suit. So the lower courts, the high courts, the district courts, they are going to look up to the Supreme Court. And they clearly see a pattern, because see, as journalists, we know few things, we hear about few things, we verify, and then we connect the dots. But people who are in the profession, people who are judges, they hear a lot of things, and a lot of things come to them, and they can verify it very easily. So they look up to the Supreme Court, and they clearly see a pattern that the Supreme Court is denying bail to all these opposition leaders. So the lower courts will obviously not grant you bail, and so ultimately everything reaches the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court has rejected Manish Sisodia's bail. I think Sanjay Singh's, I'm not sure what is happening with Sanjay Singh's bail. And now today, Kavita's bail. So Kavita is apparently the kingpin of the South gang here, right?
So the
So
many kingpins. Queen
many
pin.
kingpins. Yeah,
Sorry.
she is the of the South gang, and she filed this petition because she was arrested, I think, 2-3 days ago. Yeah. So she filed this petition seeking bail and challenging her arrest, and the Supreme Court rejected it today. They have asked her to, not rejected, but asked her to go to the lower court. So the bails are not coming through, and this is what we are seeing. I think Manish Sisodia has been in jail for over, what, 1.5 years, if
I
I'm not
think
wrong.
almost 2 years now, right? One and a half
Almost 2
years
years.
for sure. Yeah, I think almost 2 years.
Deputy chief minister of a state, and they have nothing on him because they're still trying to establish money trail.
Right.
But still, his bail is, not coming through. And
So,
Kejriwal,
go
yeah,
on, go on, go
yeah.
on.
What were you saying?
No, complete your thought then.
And Kejriwal, he attempted to do the same today, but seeing the composition of the bench, he preferred to withdraw
That's
it.
what I
And
was
now
coming to. Yeah. No, so
he's
here's
going to
the
start from
thing.
the door
I want.
and go
I
up.
was also wondering about this, right? Why is this bail being rejected? And until I saw your thread, I was very confused. And you pointed out how the cases are going to one particular bench with one particular person. Please tell us. I'm also going to
Right.
open your thread on the side. Go on.
Okay, so this has been happening for a while, and this is ever since Chandrachud, the Chief Justice, he was appointed back in November 2022, right? So Bela Trivedi, she is a former law secretary under government of Gujarat, and she was serving as the law secretary under Prime Minister Modi, erstwhile Chief Minister. So she has been law secretary of the government of Gujarat, and I think it was during Chief Justice Ramana's time when she was elevated to the Supreme Court from the Gujarat High Court.
Right.
And ever since Chief Justice Chandrachud took over, cases which are of political nature, which are very sensitive to the government, those cases somehow or the other are making it before the bench, either presided over by her, where she is the senior judge, or a bench where she is the junior judge, right? And there are some cases where, despite being the junior judge, cases later on in time are going before the bench where she is the senior judge, which is completely not in accordance with the Supreme Court's own rules and the convention it has been following for a long time. So, this Twitter thread that I did, I found 8 cases
Yeah.
which are of politically sensitive in
Hmm.
nature. You see, there are cases of
I can read it also. It's right here. Omar Khalid petitions challenging UAPA provisions. Tamil Nadu government's investigation against former CM Edapadi Pilanaswamy. FIR quashing petition by former CM of Andhra Pradesh, which is Chandrababu Naidu. Then there is DMK Minister Senthil Balaji's medical bail plea. Andhra CID's challenge against grant of regular bail to Chandrababu Naidu. There is bail plea of Bhima Koregaon accused Mahesh Raut, and CBI's investigation against Deputy CM of Karnataka, DK Shiv Kumar. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So these 8 cases, right? And there must be like many other cases, not very well known, but you see, there is one case where the former Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, Bhupesh Baghel, his very close aide was also arrested under PMLA provisions in that whole. I forgot the name of the scam that they were alleging. So she was arrested as well, and her plea also made it to a bench which composed of Bela Trivedi. So what we are really seeing is that the master of the roster, which is the Chief Justice of every High Court and the Supreme, the master of the roster has absolute powers. Nobody can question those powers to assign cases to benches and also to constitute benches and to decide rosters of every judge. So if there are 34 judges, he's going to decide which judge is going to have which subject matter.
Correct.
So criminal cases with Judge A, civil cases with Judge B, etc., etc. But his role is really limited to deciding the roster and composing benches.
Correct.
He does that. He does. The master of the roster does not have powers to, withdraw cases from a certain bench and send it over to another bench unless there's a special request made by the bench, right? So what we are seeing here is that in these cases, somehow cases of somehow the cases which are politically sensitive are making it to Bela Trivedi's bench,
So
which I
here,
think.
see, this is the thing, right? So even Mood Indigo here is asking, doesn't the CJI decide each judge's roster, right? So
Yeah,
this can't be a coincidence, is what you're saying.
it be a coincidence. So, what is the roster? The roster is criminal subject matters,
Yeah.
civil subject matters, income tax related matters. Those very vague subject matters are given to specific judges. Now, you see, in the Supreme Court, I think there are about 12 or 13 judges who are presiding judges, who are the senior most judges in a bench. They have criminal matters with
Sure.
them. The Chief Justice can say that these many judges will also hear criminal matters, and that
Correct.
is his role to decide the roster of the judges. But his role, he does not have the powers to, withdraw cases, send it over to another bench, even when those cases are being heard. That is not his role. That would really bring in arbitrariness, and that is what has happened in these 8 cases. You see, Umar Khalid's case, it was, I'll just give you an example because that's like the worst, I
Yeah.
think, of the law.
Yeah.
Khalid's case, it was first before a judge with a seniority rank of 6, right? So, sixth senior most judge had the case.
Right.
How the case, despite the judge not requesting the matter to be transferred or being put before another bench, the matter went before the seventh senior most judge.
Okay.
And who was sitting with seventh senior most judge? It was Justice Bela Trivedi. She ranked somewhere 15th or 16th in seniority. She was sitting with judge number 7. Now somehow the bench passes an order that the matter has to go before the bench presided over by judge number 15, which is Bela Trivedi.
Right.
And that cannot really happen because the senior most judge can say that he does not want to hear the matter. He can recuse. But then if there is no such order from the judge, the registry cannot,
Just
transfer the case.
change it.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah, just
saying that that fourth senior most judge who initially got the case, he did
six.
not he did not really say anything that I don't want to hear this, but it still got transferred.
Still went to seventh senior most judge.
But okay,
And
but then did the judge say anything otherwise after that, or they can't speak also about this?
I mean, no judge is gonna go against,
Yeah.
because you see, the transfer won't happen by the registry. The registry, I don't think, has the guts to really withdraw cases from a judge and send it to whoever they
Hmm.
feel like. It happens because the Chief Justice of India, as the master of the roster, knows what is going on in the registry.
Hmm.
There's absolutely no way they can do it on their own. So no judge is going to say, ki, "Oh my God, the CGI has,
Yeah.
withdrawn the case and
Yeah.
sent it to some
Yeah, of
judge."
course, of course. Like बॉस के खिलाफ कौन बोलेगा?
बॉस के खिलाफ कौन बोलेगा?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this has been happening,
Hmm.
and now this is what we are seeing. So Kavita's matter has gone before a bench, a special bench. And I don't understand why cases, there are regular benches that sit every day.
Hmm.
Cases can very well go before regular benches. Special benches are created, I don't know for what reason.
Hmm.
Right? There are sometimes you need special benches, but matters of such nature can always go to regular benches. So, say
I mean,
Sanjeev Khanna.
urgency, in case there is an urgency, that is when usually special
Right,
benches are created, right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be. But you see, in this matter, Justice Sanjeev Khanna he's the second senior most
Hmm.
judge, and he is in his regular bench. He's sitting with Justice Dipankar Datta,
Hmm.
and that was one of the arguments that Kejriwal's lawyer had put forward today, that this bench can very well hear the matter.
Hmm.
But then it was Justice Sanjeev Khanna who said, no, a three-judge bench needs to hear the matter. So this special bench also has Justice Bela Trivedi in it.
Right.
And we have seen over time, you speak to any lawyer who's working in the Supreme Court, that, you know, Justice Bela Trivedi ke court se bail nahi milti hai. It
Hmm.
does not come through.
So this is
There are
very.
some.
I know you also like tweeted about this. I think today only that there was a vote of no confidence against the bench, right? So can you
Yeah.
also like tell us that, because so like strange thing happened today only, right? Strange thing in the sense that Kejriwal had to withdraw. Okay, थोड़ा उसका भी context दे देते हैं, right? Which is okay, guys. So yesterday Kejriwal got arrested by the ED, but before that there were 9 summons that were sent to him by the ED, right? And he was consistently saying that I will not come for the interrogation or whatever you have been summoning me for questioning. And he has been writing like letter after letter saying that this is not your mandate until you show me proof that you like money trail or whatever else, like proceeds of crime. You cannot ask me to come there. And as a sitting chief minister, I'm busy. He also kept doing that. So finally, basically, I think the high court said that they will not grant him protection from arrest. And that is right after that, 2 hours later is when they showed up in his house. They arrested him. And then there were rumors flying around that raat ko there will be a special bench that will sit and decide this case. Didn't happen. Next day, 10:30, which is today. Now tell us at what happened at 10:30.
Okay, so 10:30, the petition was filed
Hmm.
yesterday.
Hmm.
At 10:30, mentioning happens. So mentioning is when, urgent matters which
Hmm.
require the court's attention immediately. Those matters are mentioned in court before the Chief Justice's bench.
Hmm.
That is court number one. So the lawyers for Kejriwal, they mentioned the matter that, he has been arrested and we need the court's intervention as soon as possible. So the Chief Justice said, ki, oh, today there's a special bench sitting in court number two, Justice Sanjeev Khanna's bench. Rush there, go there.
Hmm.
So the lawyers rushed to Sanjeev Khanna's bench and they said, the chief minister has been arrested. Please grant us an
Hmm.
urgent hearing. And the petition really challenged the arrest by
Correct.
ED. That is what they asked for. So at that time, Kavita's
Hmm.
petition was, I think, already heard by the special bench. And
And this
when the
is
lawyer,
Bela Trivedi's bench.
yeah, Bela
Huh.
Trivedi, Justice Sundresh, and Justice Sanjeev Khanna as the lead
Okay.
judge,
Okay.
right? I think they had already heard
Hmm.
Kavita's case,
In the
which,
morning. Yes. Yes.
in
Yeah.
the morning, right? So it is in the same case, that
Hmm.
same liquor
Liquor
scam case.
scam pays.
They heard Kavita's case and they told Kavita to go approach the lower courts, and we will keep the main contentions open, and they posted it for some time in June or something,
Hmm.
6 months of time, vagera vagera. They just pushed the file. So when lawyers for Kejriwal rushed to court number 2, Justice Sanjeev Khanna was sitting with another judge. It was a two-judge bench then, with Justice Dipankar Datta. And when they mentioned the matter before him, they said, this bench can also hear the case. I think the lawyers already knew कि अगर वो special bench के पास जाएगा तो फिर तो कुछ भी नहीं होने वाला है. So they said कि this bench can hear, but Justice Khanna said कि नहीं नहीं, that special bench has to hear, and the Chief Justice also said कि special bench is sitting. So go mention it. So it was the master of the roster who actually assigned the case to the special bench only, which again consisted
Correct.
of just Ella Trivedi.
Correct.
So
Correct.
that happened. They said, okay, we'll take it up. The special bench will sit again because three judges have to come again, and they said, we'll take it up today only, but after some time. Meanwhile, lawyers for Kejriwal, they withdrew the plea. And when they withdrew the plea, because they knew what happened with Kavita, so because the facts of the matter are the same, there is no way that the special bench will say कि नहीं नहीं इसको release कर दो, bail दे दो
Correct.
अभी.
Correct.
So they would have to then do the same for Kavita also. So
Absolutely.
they cannot act in
Yeah.
two
Yeah. Yeah.
ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So I think that's why the lawyers said कि we are going to withdraw the case
Yeah.
and we are going to go through the lower courts and challenge it that way. So my tweet in that context was that the lawyers are not confident in
In the
who
bench. Yeah. Yeah.
in the bench, and the bench consists of the next incoming Chief Justice of India, right? So number two, you're not believing his bench. You're not believing two other judges in the bench. So it's really a vote of no confidence that the bench will not be giving you justice.
Justice.
And when the lawyers think that, that should really ring alarm bells, because I, as a petitioner, as a person who's aggrieved, I may have my opinions, but the lawyers are someone who really believe in the law and take matter कि हाँ न्याय तो मिल जाएगा. But then when they withdraw such petitions of critical nature, I think that is really very, very serious. In the past it used to happen in a very hush hush manner, but now you see live law, bar bench, and how blatant these cases are. Everything is now in the open. And when a normal litigant sees things like this happening, the faith in the judiciary will really
Oh,
go down.
absolutely. 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 And I mean, it's of course worrying that, lawyers are the ones withdrawing. And then after
Yeah.
that, they went to take a remand. They went to the High Court after that, right? Or
To the lower court.
to the lower court. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Because so what happened was the ED, has to produce any arrested person.
Of course, magistrate के सामने. Yeah.
Magistrate के
Yeah.
सामने 24 घंटे के अंदर, and that was going to get over. So 24 hours के अंदर. So and they would seek remand कि we need 10 days custody.
Correct.
We need
Correct.
15 days custody, जितना भी चाहिए उनको. So Kejriwal's lawyer said कि we are going to challenge remand, that don't there's no need for custody. So that is what they have been arguing in the court, and the court has reserved the
Judgment.
the judgment. Yeah.
Yeah. And it is not out yet. I mean, they just
It's
reserved it.
not out yet. But I mean, generally this is the case that the magistrates always give remand,
Correct.
because
Correct.
if investigating officer needs it, they're going to give it to them.
Correct. Correct.
Rarely has there ever been a case where remands are not
Yeah.
given.
Yeah. And even if the remand is given, then the ED people will go to the higher court and then they will be like, यहाँ पे remand चाहिए.
And the higher court is the one that paved the way for
Yeah.
ED to arrest.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
And this vote of no confidence is the second one in very short time, because Umar Khalid also, his petition,
Yes.
then that tweet of mine somehow made it Bela Trivedi's bench. And Bela Trivedi's bench, there is a perception that, relief is denied. And you see it happening. You see any case of political nature, relief is always denied, bail is not granted. So Umar Khalid also thought that if the Supreme Court is going to reject bail, it's going to get very difficult for him to get bail again. And it's been 3.5 years for him already.
Yeah.
So he withdrew the case also. Now here, a bail petition which made its way all the way from
to the
the lower
Supreme Court. Yeah.
a petitioner does not have confidence that Supreme Court is going to grant him justice, and he's withdrawing. So again, this is a bigger vote of no confidence compared to this case.
Right. It's
And this
actually Yeah, go on, go on.
Oh, and this is happening in very short span of time, so that's really concerning. It's not like one-off cases, idhar udhar ho raha
Hmm.
hai aisa.
Hmm.
It's becoming very frequent.
Hmm. No, it is very shocking to me also. Like, I mean, like when you're looking at it as a layman and you hear
Yeah,
news like, oh, the lawyers have withdrawn the petition
yeah.
of bail. That almost never happens. You know, like
Never.
it's like why? Like, why would you do that? That's the first thing that comes to your mind, and then the answer is what you are saying, which is they don't feel like they'll get justice. So what's the point?
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so just a second, I'll just read some comments and then we will continue the conversation.
Are you seeing these comments on YouTube or
So
on
it's on
Discord?
YouTube. So basically, what I do is I stream it, and then there is like a ongoing comment stream on my stream also. But like on
Okay,
YouTube on the side, you can also see some.
I see.
So yeah,
Okay.
guys, if you have any questions for Saurabh, please go ahead, or if you want to make a point. Currently, I feel like Krishna is being I don't know what he's being. Honestly, I can't tell. Um Mood Indigo is saying very sad about Umar Khalid. Still don't understand what he did wrong. Just a few slogans. See, again, that's another thing, right? You know, at this point of time, the investigative agencies are, even if they're not able to produce any evidence, the laws have been changed in such a way that they're able to keep these people in judicial custody or just custody for a while. And they hope that they break, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, because they know they don't have a case,
Yeah.
conviction will not happen. They say कि चलो जेल में रखने का है टाइम तो रख दो 4 साल रख दो 5 साल रख दो that's enough for them.
Yeah.
They'll be happy.
Hey,
Will break
Saurav,
them.
there was this another. I mean, I just like while scrolling through my feed is when I read this. I just correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Supreme Court say recently that you can't keep people under in jail indefinitely under the PMLA case?
So the Supreme Court makes all halla bullu, lamba lamba वो लोग बोल देंगे, observations will be made orally. Nothing comes in written.
Hmm.
Uh, unless it's not in the order in writing, it doesn't make any sense. And even if it is in writing, how are they enforced?
Hmm.
When you clearly find cases which are very there is blatant violation of the judgments on the record, the courts don't do anything, so that
Hmm.
perpetuates impunity and therefore it repeats, it goes on and on. But of course the Supreme Court has to do its job, it has to put it in writing. So the and you know who this judge was? It was
Hmm.
Justice Sanjeev Khanna who recently said this ki you
Right.
cannot keep people in jail indefinitely, trial has to happen expeditiously, वगैरह वगैरह.
Hmm.
But it was not in writing.
It was not. It
And
was just like an offhand comment that he made.
offhand comment. And judges give offhand comment. आज I think कल या परसों the Delhi High Court told the Delhi government का minister कि I'll send you to jail if you don't comply with our order.
Ah.
So, but I mean, would they do it? That is another thing, right? So they
Right.
can say whatever they want orally, but you know, it has to be in writing.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. So basically, that was an offhand comment. Nothing like more than that. So I had another question. Yeah. Speaking of impunity, I'm
Mhm.
sure you were following the electoral bonds case also in the
Yes.
court. What do you think of SBI's behavior?
SBI, I mean, how, I don't know who gave them this legal advice or whatever. I don't know how they could lie to the court.
Yeah.
uh, Writing, it's not even like their lawyers saying something orally in the court during arguments. तब तो तब भी चलता है वाला attitude चलता है. Judges also know that lawyers try to mislead and say hundreds of things which cannot be verified also, and to succeed. But this was all in writing. They are saying कि हमें 6 महीने लगेंगे to do the
Dude,
matchmaking
that's the
exercise.
thing. It's so like when you spoke about impunity, no, I was thinking about this because even in my chat there were a lot of people asking, right? Which is, ठीक है, अभी तुम I call him सबका बदला लेगा तेरा Justice Chandrachud. He basically took badla. He is like, हाँ चलो data दो सब लोग, right? And he kept pushing and
बदला था
pushing.
वो, बदला.
Huh?
That is the point.
Yeah, वो बदला था.
But that's another thing
Yeah.
altogether.
But my thing was that Justice Chandrachud, he has been
Hmm.
pushing the SBI and pushing them to reveal the data, right? And of course, whatever random reasons they gave, whatever arguments they made, कि 5 महीने चाहिए, and suddenly now like एक दिन भी नहीं लगा देने के लिए. My thing is, and chat has been asking me this, कि why aren't they facing any consequences for this? Because technically they lied, right?
Yeah, and I've written. So see, technically, it's perjury,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They lied on record. Maybe they fabricated whatever. Because they gave some systemic problems. है ये नहीं है silos में है दो different जगह में है things like that.
Yeah.
So they clearly committed perjury. Everybody knows, SBI knows, and they knew it before they filed that affidavit also.
Uh,
But they did it because the courts have not been doing anything for a very long time in a number of cases.
so they
See,
were
perjury itself,
confident.
they're very confident कि कुछ नहीं
Hmm.
होगा.
Hmm.
And the courts also don't do anything because, see, perjury itself is a very difficult offense to prove.
Hmm.
क्योंकि how do you know what is the truth?
Hmm.
अगर tomorrow I am going and saying some deposing in court,
Hmm.
the court has no wherewithal to really find out what the truth really is.
Hmm.
So, perjury itself is a very difficult crime to prosecute, and I've done a two-part series on for Article 14 explaining perjury.
Hmm.
You know, there's massive perjury in India
Hmm.
across courts.
Hmm. Hmm.
अपना केस बढ़ा चढ़ा के लोग बोलते हैं, कुछ भी लिख देते हैं, and then they depose in courts जैसे तैसे. Police does it all the time. You see all कितने सारे लोग निर्दोष लोग जेल में डाल दिए जाते हैं
Correct.
and
Correct.
convictions happen. So perjury is very difficult. But
Hmm.
here it is on the record because the SBI has given the data within what 2 days, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And following has been done within 2-3 minutes by all these newspapers
Oh,
and
absolutely.
the alternate media. So here it's a perfect case for the court to set an example कि if you commit perjury, this is what the consequence is going to be. But the stakes are very high यहाँ
If
पे.
if if so here Sigam is pointing out यहाँ पे कि forget SBI, where did the guts go when the Chandigarh mayor election case was happening? He also lied in court, right? So again,
हाँ,
see, that also was stunning, right? Like it was very stunning how basically just straight up lying to the court and nothing is happening.
nothing is happening. And then the court will say, ki, oh, we are the Supreme Court, you have to show us respect, you have to follow our orders, vagera.
Yeah,
But it is because the Supreme Court itself does not do anything in such cases
yeah.
that, investigative agencies, the police, authorities, they take it very casually.
Hmm.
Even in this case, the Constitution bench had to sit, what, 3 times
Hmm.
altogether
Hmm.
to reinforce the SBI to give data.
Hmm.
Three more times,
Hmm.
right? So, I mean, that just shows कि कितना casually वो लोग लेते हैं Supreme Court का judgment.
Oh man, and it's very worrying, but also like it's a mixed feeling I have with the Supreme Court right now, because on one hand I was so happy that like this happened where they were pushing the SBI to reveal the data, and now we have such glorious data before us,
Yeah,
which is making so many connections, right? And
right.
I mean I'll just cover that story later also, but there is this connection with the Delhi liquor case also that came up,
Ah,
right?
right.
So the story goes that the guy who basically the South gang guy who you were saying, right, Reddy, he
Outback is the term that they have used. It's so
ha South gang apparently, like
outback.
Khan Market gang, there is a South gang now. Yeah, so South gang basically there is this fellow called Reddy who is the owner of Aurobindo Pharma, or like
Yeah.
co-owner whatever. He gave 5 crore rupees to the BJP when he was arrested, and then after that he turned approver and then gave another 25 crore rupees to them, and then he got bail.
Yeah, and the state did not oppose the bill,
Yeah,
which
the
they usually do.
ED did not oppose the bail.
Yeah.
In case of Omar Khalid, in case of all these other people, which is
In all cases across,
yeah,
prosecution will never say कि नहीं नहीं इनको bail दे दो.
yeah.
Across cases, in normal cases also, they'll never say कि नहीं नहीं bail दे दीजिए जी.
Yeah. Exactly. It's so and apparently the reason he gave is that he has lower back pain or something. For
Yeah.
some bizarre reason, I don't know if you have noticed this as a pattern, So
Uh,
many people go there saying I have lower back pain. It's like for
yeah.
bail. It's like a default health condition that courts
uh,
hear all the time. But okay,
exactly.
any final thoughts, Saurav? Then I'll let you go, and anything you have to plug.
Nothing else. I mean, really worrying how things are turning out, and I think if it's also very sad that everything falls on the Supreme Court finally,
Yeah.
and the Supreme Court is unable to do anything. So, and the larger issue here is that the how investigative agencies are being used as a weapon.
Hmm.
होता ये है कि the PMLA is for politicians, the UAPA is for dissenters and journalists and content creators like you and me,
Hmm.
right? So PMLA is against politicians. Across cases, you'll see a pattern that there's an approver जो
Hmm.
तीसरे या चौथे स्टेटमेंट के बाद बोलता है कि ओ दिस गाय
Hmm.
केजरीवाल, हाँ आई रिमेम्बर नाउ केजरीवाल ऐसा पैसे लिया था, ये किया था, and they only use that evidence to arrest people, and the Supreme Court is unable to do anything, right?
Hmm.
And you see, when this happens, administrations in states are completely paralyzed. Delhi
Hmm.
government के case में तो it was very blatant. They passed a law, they took away powers from the elected
Hmm.
government. But Chhattisgarh में क्या हुआ when this Bhupesh Baghel thing was happening? They were sending summons to officers also. So the
Hmm.
officers are very scared. So the administration is paralyzed. The same thing is happening in Tamil Nadu also.
Hmm.
District magistrates of the state are getting notices, they're getting summons कि ये file lao, वो file lao. So the entire administration is being crippled in
Hmm.
a way. So that is really worrying, and I think the Supreme Court has to do something. The Supreme Court's judgments are widening the ED's powers,
Hmm.
but at the same time, they're doing nothing to provide safeguards
Right.
against abuse,
Right.
and that is what is really concerning.
You know,
Ki-
I remember this. You will also remember this. There was this time when the Supreme Court had called this CBI a caged parrot.
yeah,
Yeah, that became like a big thing because they gave like a controlled judgment in saying that CBI should not have like impunity to like sort of go after opposition leaders like they used to back then. Narendra Modi had said, the erstwhile Narendra Modi, that the
yeah,
CBI has been going after all opposition leaders. They haven't left anyone. There is no democracy. There
yeah,
is there is a Narendra Modi tweet for everything, I'm guessing. But
yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
yeah, and now it's like CBI ka chhod ke ED and IT is the caged parrot.
Yes, CBI also. CBI
CBI
has
also,
been
yeah,
fully taken over as an ally. Now
yeah,
ED, IT, everybody's following.
absolutely.
यहाँ पे the role of the Election Commission of India is also very important, huh?
What? Why do
Because
you say that?
Election Commission of India is transferring home secretaries in the
Oh, of
states.
course, of course.
But when it comes to central government, they are quite silent.
And
So
also model code of conduct, I'm still a little unclear on that. When the model code of conduct is implemented, of course the government functioning can happen, right? Which is you can't really do any new schemes or announce
yeah,
any new budget plans or budget expenditures. You have to use the existing budget. So people have been saying that this ED case and whatever happening under the model code of conduct, it's violating it. I don't think so, because
hmm,
it will kind of count as normal government functioning, wouldn't it?
it can technically,
Hmm.
but when they transferred home secretaries in these states, they said we are trying to create level playing field. So what were the home secretaries doing?
That's true. You can't have like two ways about this then.
यहाँ पे तो बहुत blatant है, यहाँ पे तो you are arresting sitting chief ministers. So
Yeah.
इससे ज्यादा level playing field कहाँ पे you can
कहाँ पे
create,
होगा?
right?
Correct, correct. Absolutely. Okay, anything to plug, Saurav?
No, nothing else. I
Nothing.
think that was it.
You guys can follow Saurav here, and his ID, his Twitter handle is Niche also, right? And I will leave a link to his thread also, which was showing on your screen. Thank you so much, Saurav. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Meghna. Thanks
Yeah,
for having.
yeah.
I hope I added some value to the
Oh,
discussion.
absolutely, absolutely. And you are the perfect person to have today. So thank you so much for being there.
Thanks for having me.
Bye, sir.
Bye. Good
Okay, that was Saurav. So I hope you got some context on what is going on in the court, because all this battle is being fought in the court now, and thought that that was more important than anything else, honestly. So yeah, now we have spoken extensively about Arvind Kejriwal's arrest. WTF Zone is saying that was awesome. Thank you so much, and thank you Saurav for that. Uh, Guys, please like the stream. Don't you see like Shweta complaining here? Rightfully. Please like the stream, yeah, and do consider supporting the stream also. Do consider supporting the channel. So yeah, and Naranjit also liked it. Thanks, Saurav. That was very informative. Uh, Anyone saw how anti-corruption crusader Anna Hazare blamed Kejriwal for his own actions for arrest? Oh my god, Aitas, that was so annoying. No, I don't know why I get this visceral reaction now whenever I see like Anna Hazare on the screen. I'm like, and like he said, wait, let me pull that up. That was like so bizarre. Uh, Anna Hazare. Um, where is the ENI ka tweet? Oh, yeah. I think Sanket ka would be fine. And I'll play the clip first, then I'll show you this one. This is something that Zubair shared, saying that there is at the 14-15 second mark, someone is heard whispering behind the camera. I couldn't tell what the whisper was, but anyway.
बहुत दुख हुआ कि अरविंद केजरीवाल जैसे आदमी जो मेरे साथ काम करता था और शराब के बारे में हम लोग आवाज उठाया था, आज वो शराब नीति बना रहा है, जिससे मुझे दुख हुआ। लेकिन करेगा क्या, सत्ता के सामने कुछ नहीं कर सकता। आखिर उसको जो अरेस्ट किया गया, अटक हुआ,
वो अच्छा हुआ।
वो उनकी कृति से हुआ।
हाँ भाई, वो अच्छा हुआ। बेसिकली बोल ही देना अब, like why are you shying
हम
away?
ये बातें नहीं करते तो अटक होने का कोई संभव नहीं था।
कुछ भी।
तो जो अटक हुआ है, अभी कानून के तौर पर जो होगा वो होगा, वो सरकार देखेगी, वो सोचेगी।
So basically he is happy. Basically he's like, ha, he deserved. He deserved to go to jail. And his what I found extremely stupid here was the reason that he gave, which is, I'm very upset that Arvind Kejriwal, who used to work with me, raised his voice against liquor, is now making liquor policies. But he is in the government. He's allowed to make liquor policies. Boss, old man Anna Hazare, his arrest is because of his own deeds. Because what? He made liquor policies. That's why. Like, dude, what? I mean, I can't believe that this is the shit show that we fell for, honestly. At this point, I'm like, this is the guy we fell for. All of us. I mean, that was stupid. Our bad. Our bad. We fell for him. The whole country is like, oh shit, ये क्या कर लिया हमने? We believe this idiot. Oh man. Raju Parulekar has been ranting and raving about Anna Hazare also. Tots believe him now. Like, when he was saying it, it was like, wait, it's basically like this, huh? बहुत दुख हुआ कि अरविंद केजरीवाल को अरेस्ट किया गया है। मुझे उम्मीद है कि उसको जल्दी जस्टिस मिल जाएगा, क्योंकि इलेक्टेड चीफ मिनिस्टर है, ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए। इंस्टेड दिस वन इज लाइक, बहुत दुख हुआ उसने लिकर का पॉलिसी बनाया। उसी एक good thing he went to. Oh my god, cannot. So much regrets is happening. Guys, if there are any people in chat who have gone to like attend like anti-corruption protests, please say hi. I'm also saying hi. I have been multiple days. I was in Delhi, went to Ramlila Maidan. I was like, yeah, down with the government, down with the government. So many people were there, and we had like such like, like, yeah, Anna Hazare, you go, Anna Hazare, yeah. Oh my god. See, there is Ayo Bajwa, Shweta was there, Krishna, Shaswat, Amita. Hello, old people. Hello, fellow old people. Thank you so much for being here. Jagdish, that's football was there. Droggy is like, I'm only 18 years old. So that would have happened 12 years ago. So yeah, that's a lot. It was not only one man Andolan. People really supported that. So that can't be judged by AK or Anna. So I do agree, Anuj. So it was not like a one man Andolan or whatever, but this fellow was the symbol of the whole thing, no? Like he was the one fasting and he was the one who is like this made the symbol. The modern Gandhi is what he was. Anna Hazare, the Gandhian who is fasting against the corrupt government. Yeah. जी छोड़ के इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड्स देख रहा हूँ. ओके, enemy's enemy need not be your friend. Fair point. Are you a liberal or a leftist? Again, no one true blue enthusiast. We can have a longer conversation about this because I want to know what you think a liberal and a leftist is, or a leftist is, according to you. Then I'll tell you if I am that or not. Yeah, see, it should go that way, right? Because you're asking me liberal or leftist. So you already have a definition of a liberal or a leftist in your head. So if you tell me the definition, I'll tell you whether I agree with you or not, and then you can judge whether I am that or not. We are all idiots, proved to be useful idiots. Yeah. Agreed. Please change your live stream thing. IPL is going on. I don't give two shits about cricket, sir. And I know there are enough people here who do not give two shits about cricket also. Deepak, thank you so much for the super chat, friend. Is there anything that I missed out on? No. Thank you so much, Deepak. Also, friends, we will be doing our members chat soon, right? But before that, I need to do our shout out. I have to do my shout out. Wait. Just a second, friends. Just a second. Just a second. किधर गया रे? Okay. Hello, say hello to our sponsor. This stream has been sponsored by Engineer Mantra, and I need to tell you about them. They have been kind enough to sponsor this stream, and if you are someone who is let's say in your 30s and is planning to build a house, or if your parents are retiring and they are dreaming of a house and are looking to build one, and if you're looking people who can help you design it and make it like all amazing according to what you visualize, then today's sponsor will be very, very useful to you. very, very useful to you. So say hello to Engineer Mantra. Okay. Engineer Mantra is a group of engineers and experts who are dedicated to raising living standards and quality of life. They are based in Dehradun, but they are open to taking projects all across the country. Right, they want to expand. So if you are anywhere in the country, you can get in touch. I will leave a link to their website in the description below. So they're very talented people who design houses and commercial buildings. uh, this is another example of it. This is an apartment building that they have designed, and this is the flyby that they are showing. I'm going to keep repeating it. Yeah. Uh, Engineer Mantra do everything from floor planning, structural design, mechanical, electrical, plumbing design, 3D elevation, interior walkthrough, and they also do soil and concrete testing to check stability of old buildings. If you're planning to expand your current building and there is an old part that you want to refurbish, they can help you out with that as well. So the good folks at Engineer Mantra believe that a house is forever, it is made for life. So they put in absolute love and care into making it beautiful and functional. Also, also bonus points, because they don't reject crazy ideas. They don't. You can go to them with crazy ideas, talk to them, and they'll be like, yes, we do crazy ideas, because they are good people. So go to their website, engineermantra.com. Link will be below. And thank you so much for sponsoring this stream. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes. Wait, who is getting triggered of me calling out Zubair? Nightshade called out Zubair and someone got triggered. क्यों रे? कौन trigger हो रहा है? Sponsors and all. Meghnad is in the big leagues now. So if you are a small business and you're looking for visibility, or you're looking for basically some sort of visibility from my humble stream, but it is growing. It is a growing humble stream. Okay. If you want it, please get in touch with me. We can figure something out. I am genuinely trying to make a model. I don't know if it will work. I mean, Engineer Mantra was the first one I'm trying this with. I genuinely want to support small businesses. So my rates for sponsorships are very low. I mean, it's really not much. And I just want to see if, more small businesses are interested in, advertising and these kind of readouts, right? So yeah, just trying it out. So if you're someone who sees a fit, if you see a fit with this stream, with the audience that it is reaching, and you think that, hey, this is a good idea, so then please get in touch and we can talk about sponsorships. Hey Aranya, thank you so much for the super support, friend. Much appreciated. Is Vedanta a Chinese company? Are they funding the government? Vedanta is not a Chinese company. It is headquartered in Britain, as far as I know, the UK, and it has subsidiaries in India. I mean, off the top of my head. Kahan gaya? Okay, wanted to talk about two very important stories that have come out, which I found very amusing also. Just a second. Okay. First one, we've already mentioned, but I just wanted to tell you some details about this. Just a second. I missed the live. The live is still going on, Sagar. Hello. Hi. I wanted to ask one thing. Why is everyone on YouTube saying these days to rent rather than make our own home? I mean, now you see these people online who give finance tips. Any comments? RV. I haven't seen anyone who is like, oh, rent. I mean, I live on rent, and I guess also because maybe it's just very expensive now to build a house. That's one of the reasons, especially in cities. I honestly don't have an answer for this. Raju said he wasn't really fasting. He used to eat almond. It's Siddesh. Yes, I know. Anna Hazare and his antics. I hope Marathi chauvinism will not delay further development projects. कौन कर रहा है मराठी chauvinism? And are Hindi people allowed to do chauvinism? Because they are very development friendly people. कौन कर रहा है रे distill poison? Who are you talking about? I'm from Jharkhand. Where are you guys from? Oh wow, Ravan, you want like all these 600 plus people to answer where they are from? Very interesting. Hey, Deepta, thank you for the support. Meg, thanks for doing this. Do you have any thoughts on Ladakh and Sonam Wangchuk's fast? Oh yeah. So, wait. I did promise I will correct. I will basically do this. Good time to do that story. Yeah. Okay. So I like this report which came out in BBC recently. Ladakh, thousands of Indians protesting in freezing cold. Yeah. In India's high altitude Ladakh region, thousands are protesting in sub-zero temperatures. The government fulfilled their long-standing demand for region separate from Indian-administered Kashmir. But since 2020, they have been frequently taking to the streets accusing the government of betrayal and unkept promises. Okay? Ladakh, India's northernmost region, is a desert inhabited by... So, there are 300,000 people there. So, one of the reasons why I think smaller states don't really get that much attention when shit goes down is because of the number of people. It's sad commentary, but it is realistic commentary. Just saying. People from Muslim and Buddhist communities. Leh region is dominated by Buddhists, while the Kargil region is inhabited by Shia Muslims. Buddhist community has been demanding a separate region, yeah, while those in Kargil wanted to be integrated with Muslim minority region, Indian administered Kashmir. So there has been a lot of, how can I put it gently? So Kashmir as a giant valley state has like a few areas. Okay, you have to understand. There is the Jammu area which has a lot of Hindu concentration. There is the Srinagar valley and around that Gulmarg etc. which has a Muslim dominated population there. Then there is of course Leh which is also Leh is dominated by Buddhists, yeah, and then there is Kargil, which is again a Muslim dominated area, right? So there are like many like hard divisions within that state also. Okay, so when the 370 thing happened and it was split midway with Ladakh going that way and Kashmir going this way, there were these like sort of latent insecurities that suddenly blew up, right? Which is like, bhai, matlab, on what basis are you doing this? Because the demands are something else and the government did something else. So that is one. Federally administered territories, Kargil Leh districts joined hands and formed the Leh apex body, Kargil Democratic Alliance, aimed at addressing people's concerns. Shops closed, demanding separate territory with the legislature, but we are granted only a federally governed territory. So this is an important point, right? So when the 370 happened, when the two were split, initially there was an assembly, right? I mean, Kashmir hasn't had a government for like 10 years now. President rule, no actively elected government, etc. That is there. But at the same time, there is an assembly, right? Which is an elected assembly, and they are supposed to, run the state affairs. When it became union territory, two union territories, now they're directly controlled by the center. Initially, people thought it is just a temporary measure. Turns out that it was only a temporary measure for Kashmir. Because now BJP has been saying that, okay, fine, we will give Kashmir a legislative assembly, right? But at the same time, Ladakh will continue to be a union territory. There's no clarity on that. So that feels like a betrayal. And people have been saying that there needs to be a separate territory with a legislature. But it is a federally governed territory instead. There is no federalism. Another thing is, there are fears being played up, because if you remember, when the 370 thing had happened, one of the weird sort of narrative that was playing out during that time, and if you remember this, that, oh, now anybody can go and buy land in Kashmir, right? Earlier they weren't able to. So then they were like, oh yeah, Hindus will go and buy lands there and they will be able to marry Kashmir. There was this bizarre narrative playing out also, which is like, oh, ab to ja sakte hai Kashmir mein, hamara ho gaya hai types. But the thing is, if you know, all the mountainous states that we have, mountainous areas that we have, right from Sikkim to Uttarakhand to even Leh Ladakh, all these places, and also the northeast states, right? There are constitutional protections given to them through other sections, 371, etc., where outsiders can't buy land. And there is a reason for it, because land is sparse, right? And also to protect the indigenous culture and tribal culture of those places also, right? So two reasons. So now there is this insecurity coming up in Ladakh and Leh regions, that there would be people from outside who will want to buy land there. The same insecurities are playing out in Uttarakhand also. If you notice, they have said now that outsiders cannot buy land in Uttarakhand because a lot of people from Delhi were going and buying land there. So yeah, so the state government is like, now we are going to make it so that outsiders cannot buy land there. So yeah. No Indian company had invested in Ladakh in the past 3 years, nor has anyone from outside purchased the land. That is what the India's Home Ministry has said. But residents remain apprehensive about influx, like in Jammu and Kashmir, where data shows 185 outsiders have bought land between 2020 and 22. See, insecurities. This is exactly what the insecurities are. Their demands include statehood for Ladakh, jobs, protection of their land and resources, and a parliamentary seat each for Leh and Kargil districts, because representation. They also want implementation of the 6th schedule, a constitutional provision that protects tribal populations and allows them to set up autonomous organizations that frame laws of the land, health and agriculture. Nearly 97% of Ladakh's population is tribal. See? That's what I was precisely saying. They want a constitutional provision which will have like a federal body, like a local federal body, which will make laws on land, health and agriculture, right? Because they want to, again, the tribal culture of Ladakh will be reflected in that autonomous body. This has happened in multiple other places also, especially in the northeast. Sixth schedule was designed to protect rights of indigenous and tribal groups. This will save them from exploitation by industrialists. Again, insecurity. Young people in the region are also concerned about not getting jobs. Ladakh Students Environmental Action Forum says in 2019, not a single person has been recruited in a government role. We fear our jobs will be taken over by outsiders. Same. Fear of outsiders. Ladakh holds significant geostrategic importance for India, as it shares borders with China and Pakistan. Where is it? There was one more thing. Residents in Ladakh volunteered. In 1999 Kargil war with Pakistan, residents in Ladakh volunteered support by supplying food and other essentials to Indian soldiers. Residents now wonder if they are paying the price for being loyal. The spirit of that volunteerism will not remain if the government hurts the sentiments of people, says Sonam Wangchuk, an engineer, innovator, and climate activist who has worked for years to address local community needs. Mr. Wangchuk, who gained fame after, Three Idiots and all the things, yeah. He has been on a 21 day long fast to remind the government of its promises to safeguard Ladakh's environment and tribal indigenous culture. Right, that is the main demand. Environment is also his demand, but the main demand for the people of Ladakh is the protection of the indigenous culture, and essentially making sure the sixth schedule is implemented and they have an autonomous body which is taking decisions for them, not outsiders who are coming in. And they also want representation in the parliament and also in the assembly, or they want an assembly or an autonomous body if possible. So there is a very important China angle to this, which is essentially whenever a place like Ladakh, which is strategically sensitive, it has like protests like these happening when there is internal strife happening. It is actually a fresh ground for the enemies that we have to enter and spread more discord and spread more sort of propaganda to convince the people that the government is against them, the government of the country is against them. And because they're already angry, the propaganda sells better. And this has happened, and this is very scary. It is kind of scary when you think about it. Like, the strategic importance of this area cannot be ignored. Yeah. So, all said and done, you know what I think? There is also talk about when will J&K go for elections. What was expected was with the general elections, Jammu and Kashmir would also go for elections, because they have been promising, they have said it in the Supreme Court also, the government has said it, that Jammu Kashmir will have an election soon for the assembly. But then when they were asked when, they were like, oh, when the security is okay, we will. So this government has claimed and has been claiming that Kashmir is now more or less peaceful. There is no strife. Everybody is happy. 370 hata diya. Big campaign thing, how that is playing out. So the people in Kashmir, especially parties like NC and opposition parties, they have been asking, if everything is okay, then why don't you hold elections? It is a very obvious thing. And if general elections are happening, wouldn't it be better to have it with that? The second angle they're bringing in is, you're already thinking of a one nation, one election. So you should be trying to sync as many states right now. So then Jammu and Kashmir will be synced with the general election if you hold it now, right? So, but the reasons that they are giving and the election commission is giving is that, security reasons. We will have to do a separate security arrangement for the entire election that happens in Kashmir, because safe area, very safe that area is. So security karna padega. Yeah. So that's the whole reason. And that is also, it has context with the protest going on in Ladakh also, because they see all of this. They're like, why is it that this state gets independent assembly, and why can't we get like at least an autonomous body in the sixth schedule? So that's where the betrayal is coming from. So if elections are held in Kashmir, then they need to have a simultaneous solution for Ladakh. You can't just keep it as a union territory forever. People will start getting more and more pissed, and the enemies of our country will see an opportunity, and then shit will go down. So that is the worry. Can you talk about environmental plus tribal issues in Nicobar Islands? Thousands of hectares of ecologically sensitive land is being cleared. Okay, I have no context of this green pot full, but thank you for the support. I shall try and look this up for sure. Ladakh did not have any Hindu. Oh, Krishna se baat kar rahe ho. Okay, anyway. How is sending? Okay, guys, please don't crosstalk. See, this is why I ignore Raj Yadav, because he basically says things like this, which is meant to instigate, friends. This kind of statement is meant to instigate. So be very aware. I know he will try to involve you in his conversation and bullshit, but please don't fall for it, right? He's saying send the military in and saaf karo militants. So basically, he wants to trigger you. He wants to trigger me. He wants to trigger everybody else, because Raj Yadav cannot stand the fact that there are some people who are trying to talk about a sensitive issue in a sensitive way. Right? So he will try to put in and make an extreme statement. He will trigger a bunch of people, and then you will be involved in that as well. And then he will feel very happy because he comes to disrupt the stream. So he wins essentially by disrupting the stream, by taking away your attention, by taking away my attention. And therefore it is better to ignore him. Yeah. So please ignore Raj Yadav. Ignore him. Just ignore him. BJP good on infra, NEP, defense, tech, but authoritarian communal hate dissent. Okay. Opposition not these, but lacks future vision. आगे कौन पीछे आगे कुआं पीछे खाई. Oh, choice. Okay. Serious, thank you for the support. I am trying to decipher what you said. You are saying that BJP is good in infrastructure, defense, technology, but is authoritarian and communal in nature. You know, hate for, and they also hate dissent. Opposition is not all of that, but lacks a future vision. So, who to support is what you're asking, right? Serious, it completely depends on who you're looking at and how you're looking at the opposition. I feel like, at this point of time, citizens should be the opposition. And we should actually be the opposition, and we should talk about what the government is supposed to do and not doing. That is the only way to keep sane, friend. That is the only way to keep sane. Of course, like, you can say that the India alliance was too late. They have not really made a dent or whatever. But I'm also like being very careful about that rhetoric now ever since last week, because genuinely I see panic in the BJP. I mean, they're being very desperate now. Like, the desperation is like on their nose. Arresting a major party chief minister, major party leader, electoral bonds, the kind of shit that they have been spinning there. This whole CAA thing, jo aise chhod diya, which was basically a form. They released a form. Okay. They're trying constantly to either distract you from the electoral bonds thing, or they are trying to screw with the opposition one way or the other, right? They have frozen Congress ka bank accounts. How is that fair? How is that fair? How is that fair? It's just not. Yeah. So you can curse the India alliance all you want. I'm not saying they're very effective or anything. Who am I to say that? They know what they're doing. But at the same time, you also have to realize that the BJP is also not very happy right now. Think about it. If they had utter confidence, and if they were so sure that the people really want them back with 400 seat or whatever, then they don't need to do all of this. They could have fought a fair battle, but they aren't. They're going out of their way to make the field unfair, and they have been doing it since, I would say, demonetization. 2016, 2017, 2019 onwards, they have just been destroying one institution after the other to make the playing field as not level and unfair as possible. And that is what we are seeing right now. That is a sign of desperation. I mean, it just looks like desperation to me. So you can say that India alliance is ineffective or whatever. Clearly they are effective if BJP is behaving this way. Unki phati padi hai. And on the other hand, you are saying that, oh, India alliance. No, if they are scared of this random India alliance, which is India alliance. See, I'm also calling it India alliance now. The India alliance, if they are scared of this ineffective India alliance and behaving this way, then they're not really confident, are they? Hi, my first stream here. Hello, Hannah. How are you doing, friend? Good to see you here. Hey, Borat Sagidiev is here. Maybe just as a homework this time, make a personal report of issues your local representatives actually worked on and ignored. Modi isn't there for shit. Yeah. Actually, that's a nice exercise that Borat has suggested. Opposition lacks any vision for future economy. They are as corrupt as others. Difficult to choose them. But BJP is anti-democratic, crushes uh, people's will at other places. Difficult to choose. Serious. I hear you, friend. I hear you. I understand I intensely understand the conundrum that you are in. And it is really sad that, but it is in politics all over the place, right? Which is like, oh, you have to choose the lesser evil. Because one is being more evil than the other, you choose the lesser evil. We will love a debate between right wing and left wing YouTubers. Please, it is much needed. You can debate people like Sham Sharma Show, Dhruv. Dhruv, I'm not so interested in debating, established YouTubers. If they want to, sure. But I'm going to start a debate format, friends, on Monday. There will be the first attempt at a debate format. So if any of you are interested in debating me, I will tell you how on Monday. And I will reveal the topic also on Monday morning. So yeah, we're going to try it out. Aranya is saying debate nahi. Aranya, unfortunately, 80% people said that debate karo. So I'm going to try it out. I'm not going to keep it a regular thing. This is not going to suddenly become a debate channel or anything. It will be a live streaming channel, nice live streams like we do all the time. But kabhi, once in a while, I will like chedofy a debate. Shouting is inevitable. I want to see if we can control that. Again, Ranaditya, I don't know. It might go to absolute shit, but try karna hai as a format. BJ is proactive rather than reactive, so BJP not scared, rather they are proactive. Fair point, Aditya. Thank you for the support. Fair point. They are proactive. They are the ones who like to set the narrative all the time. And when they see the narrative getting out of hand and getting out of their hand, that is when they get scared though. It is true. Like, you have to see it, right? If the narrative slips out of their hands, that is where the anxiety begins. I'm trying to join this channel, but it just always rejects my request. Ritvik, you're already a member, friend. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to believe how much the country has changed in the last few years. Been tripping on that all evening. Anuj, it's true. It's true. I think about this often and it is very mind-blowing. Anuj, I get it. I was thinking of that day when... who was I talking to? Forgot who I was talking to. Uber is a very recent phenomenon and it has already become old. Like when it had launched earlier, it was so magical. It was like, oh my God, I look at location on phone, I tap it, then a cab comes there. I don't have to talk. I get in cab goes to place, money gets deducted, cab leaves. What a magical feeling. And it's fairly new, but now also old. You know what I mean? So it's a fairly recent phenomenon when you think about it, but now it just feels so old. It's like it's been there forever, isn't it? It's not though. It's not been there forever. I'm like, itna change? Itna suddenly? Like when I came to Delhi, I would have never dreamed of anything like an Uber. Literally, it's crazy. Last time, Faye channel, I couldn't figure out the Aditya guy was real or another character like Aditi's. That's true, Kalash. I also pointed it out. Ki we have two parodies now because he was trying to play Arnab for some reason. He was also giving that vibe also. This nightshade keeps bringing Zubair and you showed him earlier. I am new. Shall I trust him? I don't understand, Krishna. Who are you talking about? Should you trust Nightshade or should you trust Zubair? Why are you asking me? It's up to you. Know who you trust. How am I going to tell you who to trust? Shubs is saying, please convince me, why should I not be able to buy land anywhere I want in my own country? I hate it when people try to impose restrictions on my freedom. Shubs. That's a decent question. Thank you for the support, by the way. Okay. So there is this thing though. For some tribal populations, some tribes, right? There are some very different customs that they have than, let's say, mainland India. I'm going to vaguely use mainland India and tribal India. Okay, vaguely. So there's a tribe, let's say in Ladakh. They have their own customs, they have their own ways of doing things, they have their own ways of government and society as well, right? Now, in this situation, when someone from mainland comes in and buys land and doesn't understand that culture, then some people might find it offensive. Some people might find it very difficult to digest that and adjust. And usually what happens is that these tribal cultures are also very proud of being isolated from quote unquote mainland India or mainland just generally, right? They're proud of it, right? So in this case, we need to really think about this tricky balance, right? So you as a citizen of India, mainland India, want to go and buy a land in Ladakh, right? But at the same time, you have to also give credit to the you have to think about the people there who actually are living there forever, right? So if they are uncomfortable with your presence, can you really impose your right on them anyway? It is a tricky debate, friend. I'm not denying it. I mean, I would love to buy land in Ladakh, but at the same time, I also don't want to upset people, if I may say so. Whatever their reason is, it is a reason, right? Yeah. So there are these restrictions which the Constitution has given, these special provisions that the Constitution has given to tribal populations who do not want people from the outside in their area, in their land where they have been living for ages, and their generations of people have been living for ages. Hello, Roshni. Thank you so much for the support, friend. It's actually an interesting question that you have asked. I'm thinking about it more. I will have to read up a little bit more about this. It's the same reason some people in the USA can't buy land in protected areas, because that was the land allocated to the okay, I don't use the word red Indians, indigenous population, I'm guessing. It's their land originally, they have first right on. See, yeah, that's precisely it. King Kong breaker. So if it's your right to buy land anywhere else, it is also their right to have that land for ages. Like, I mean, no. The first right over the land is theirs. Does that make sense? So it's like a fight between your right and their rights. Okay, I'm going to start the Discord chat in a bit, but I wanted to show you two very interesting stories which I want to quickly mention before we go to the Discord chat. Friends, if you are members, right now we have Roshni who become a member. Please do go to the community tab on this very channel. You will find a Discord link for members only. You can join the Discord channel, and wahan pe you can join the live debate thing. You'll see a bunch of people there already. So just join that. I will be chatting with people there soon. So we will figure it out. Okay. But uske pehle, I'm just going to cover this story. I was very amused. Okay. We've already mentioned this once, but I found this very fascinating, the electoral bonds connection with the whole Delhi liquor policy thing. So in Delhi liquor policy case, approvers firm paid 30 crore to BJP after ED arrest. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal was arrested. Yeah. Okay. So, hours before his arrest, electoral bonds data released by the Election Commission showed a company linked to another person accused in the same case, P. Sarath Chandra Reddy, who donated 5 crore to Bharatiya Janata Party in 2022. Yeah. Just 5 days after Reddy was taken into custody. So he was arrested under the liquor scam thing, okay? Another 25 crore was donated to the BJP after Reddy turned approver in the Delhi excise policy case. So he has given a total of 30 crore, his company, to BJP. Yeah. Hyderabad-based businessman Sarath Reddy is one of the directors of Aurobindo Pharma Limited, founded by his father. He was arrested by ED in November 2022. His company Aurobindo Pharma bought electoral bonds on November 15th. So 5 days later. So he gets arrested, 5 crore given to BJP, November 15th. All of them were encashed by the BJP soon after on November 21st. Fun. Sarath Reddy turned approver in Delhi excise policy case in June 2023, and then in November, Aurobindo Pharma gave another 25 crore to the BJP. And then there is a bail thing also that happened in the middle. In all, the company bought electoral bonds worth 52 crore, of which 34.5 crore went to the BJP. Yeah. Before Sarath Reddy was arrested by the ED, Aurobindo Pharma had donated 15 crore to BRS and 2.5 crore to TDP. See, another thing, this I have seen happening also, which is before Sarath Reddy was arrested, they were donating to BRS and TDP. Yeah. Then suddenly, this guy gets arrested and they switch loyalties and then go to BJP. And then they suddenly start giving 34.5 crore whatever to BJP. And also obviously get benefits for it because guy turns approval and his bail is not challenged also. BRS MLC K. Kavita, the daughter of Chandrasekhar Rao, was arrested by the ED in Delhi excise policy case on March 15th. Manish Sisodia is already in prison since February 2023. So it's been 1 year. A little bit more than 1 year, right? ED accused Sarath of playing key role in moving kickbacks in the liquor licensing process in Delhi when the policy was implemented for a few months. Sarath and Kavita are among several individuals in Telugu states whom ED has referred to as the South Group. South Gang, South Group, they keep saying that. ED has alleged that individuals comprising of South Group gave kickbacks worth about 100 crore to AAP through Vijay Nair, who was in charge of party's communications. Agency alleged that this amount was paid to gain control over liquor business in Delhi and that the money was used by Aam Aadmi Party during the 2020 Goa Assembly elections. So this is the story. You know, the fun thing is that they haven't found any of this money. This 100 crore. There is no money that has been found. Even the ED was asked, where is the money? Right? They constantly keep asking, where is the money? There is no proceeds. So what is the crime? So they haven't been able to show it. But the weird thing is, we have found the money. We have. It has gone to frickin' BJP. So that's the trail. So why is the ED going after the wrong people? Shouldn't they be going after these people? I am confused. Does this make sense? Now there is money, there is data that came out, electoral bonds data, which shows money, but the money is going to the BJP, and they're going after Aam Aadmi Party. Literally, there is money now. It's so bizarre. Very bizarre. Very bizarre. This is there. Where is the... No, but that though already we have spoken about. This story we have already pretty much spoken about. But the other interesting story I wanted to also talk about, which was also very fascinating. Are you ready, friends? Look at this shit. And it's so crazy. After 170 crore to BJP, real estate firm DLF got clean chit in Vadra deal from Haryana. Vadra deal, BJP 170 crore. What the actual F is going on? Group did not donate electoral bonds to any political party beside BJP. Basically, DLF, which was accused of like this Vadra ka scam and all the things, they have been giving money to freaking BJP. So Congress ka parivar is giving money to BJP and they're okay with it? Okay. ये कौन सा nexus है भैया? Like, someone really needs to tell me what is happening. What is this bizarre nexus? Seriously. September 18th, Haryana police filed a case against Robert Vadra, DLF group amongst others, alleging corruption and fraud in land deals in Gurugram. And of course, BJP made a very, very big deal about this, if you remember. Okay. Land deals involving Vadra, son-in-law of Congress leader Sonia Gandhi. 2014 election campaign में भी BJP was doing that. 5 years later, case took a surprising turn. State BJP government told High Court in April 2023 that it had found no violations in the deal. Vadra claimed vindication on social media. Haryana government clarified it had not given a clean chit to the parties accused. Now, fresh electoral bond data released by the Election Commission showed DLF group had donated 170 crores to BJP between October 2019 and November 2022. And in April 2023, what happens? BJP government is like, oh, it's okay, we found no violations. Man. BJP was the sole beneficiary of all these bonds. DLF group was founded by Chaudhary lots of information if you want to see it. Data that became available on Thursday shows DLF group made the first donation to the BJP through electoral bonds in October 2019. It kept giving party money through 2020, 21, 22, making the last round of donations in November 2022. 5 months later, during a hearing of the petition related to the cases, Haryana's BJP government told Punjab and Haryana High Court that no regulation rules have been violated. Oh, भक्तों का चूतिया काटा है basically. This is what is happening. भक्तों का चूतिया कट रहा है यहाँ पे. You see it, right? You see it. I hope you see it. What is happening? I mean, think about it. Like Congress Mukh Bharat, Congress Mukh Bharat, Congress Mukh Bharat, and then suddenly Vadra is giving money to you, and it's like, what corruption? Where corruption? No violation. It's okay. All chill. 170 crore. Man, see, this is the thing, right? You know, can you trust anyone honestly in power? No, you can't. No, you can't. You know, in the classic Arvind Kejriwal line, sab mile hue. Sab mile hue. Oh, friends, I have to show you this. I have to show you this one last thing before we do the chat. Okay. Where is this? Okay, this is so funny. So I'm going to show you a traumatic person right now. Okay, so just trigger warning. This person can cause aneurysm and lots of outrage. Okay. Curious banda, I'm going to screw you now. बहुत हो गया तेरा चोमुगिरी. La. Hide user कर देते. Bye. चोमू. बहुत टॉलरेट कर लिया ये चोमू को. इसको और कुछ कर सकते हैं क्या? इसको चैनल देखने ही नहीं देना है मुझे एक्चुअली. कैन आई डू दैट? आई थिंक आई हैव टू फिगर दिस आउट. नो, ब्लॉक कर सकते हैं क्या लोगों को चैनल देखने से? क्यूरियस चोमू. या आई थिंक बहुत बहुत टाइम हो गया इसको, इसका बहुत झेल रहे थे ना. आई मीन आई सॉ माई पुअर मॉडरेटर्स ऑलवेज हाइडिंग हिज थिंग, एंड नाउ जस्ट क्यूरियस. चोमू, ये तेरा टाइम हो गया रे चोमू. बाय. आई वॉज बीइंग नाइस गाइज, आई वॉज बीइंग नाइस till now for months. I'm done. Status track is new in my life. Hello, hello, hi, status track. Oh, okay. So, I mean, other triggering person aside, who we just banned, I'm going to show you another triggering person. थोड़ा सा trauma होगा. Just warning. So, so this is Rahul Shitshankar, as I call him. So he has. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Anyway, one of the two highest donors for Congress, Vedanta, 214 crores. 2010, Rahul Gandhi. 2 days after the central government rejected environment clearance to UK-based Vedanta Group's bauxite mining project in Orissa, Rahul Gandhi termed it a victory for tribals, as development does not mean robbing people and their assets. 2 days ago, at Rising Bharat Summit, Union Home Minister Amit Shah said that a lot of those celebrating SC judgments on EB will be left squirming after all the details come out. I do not understand this fellow. I think his logical reasoning is off thoda sa. Just saying, okay. One, 2010 में they rejected Congress. 2010 में राहुल गांधी said, ये एक तो फॉर्मेट क्या है ये ट्वीट का I can't understand, but apparently they had rejected some environmental clearance and called it a victory of tribals, and then the Vedanta gave money to them later. What? EB, electoral bonds, which came after like 2018, to Congress. Because what? They will now give environmental clearance. ये आदमी को पता है क्या कौन है गवर्नमेंट में? Like, I sometimes wonder, does he still think that the Congress is in power? Right? And also, by the way, and I have said this so many times on this stream for the last week, Vedanta has a very clear strategy. Vedanta was the party that gave donations to both Congress and BJP in 2014. They got into trouble for that because FCRA violations ho gaye the tab. Literally changed the laws and let them do it. Even now, when the bond data is being connected, Vedanta has been giving money to both Congress and BJP. And they've been giving more money to BJP. This dude selectively does not mention that at all. एंड कोई तो भी एक रैंडम 2010 का उसने इंसिडेंट कहीं से तो भी निकाल के लाया है, प्रॉबेबली व्हाट्सएप से, एंड छाप दिया. मैन कांट थिंक बेसिकली, जस्ट कांट, कैनॉट. आई मीन भाई मतलब seriously. Anyway, sorry for the trigger. Now we will do members chat. Let's see, where are our friends? What is the status of our friends? Oh, okay. Already people have gathered.
Must chat at the beginning.
Hello, gathered people. Hello.
Hello.
How is everyone doing?
Hello.
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 Doing well.
Just
Everyone is great.
everyone is great. Just a second. Friends, if you are a member, you can join this live chat, which is happening right now with a bunch of Discord members. So yeah, come if you are free. Hello, what are we talking about?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Babu. But Meghnad, can you also read your response to Rahul Shitshankar's?
Oh, mera
That was a
response.
Very sassy
Oh,
reply.
I was very sassy. You're correct. I was very sassy. Wait, sassy. Sassy response. Yes, my sassy response was this. Vedanta has been hedging their bets and donating money to BJP and Congress for years. EB data reveals the same pattern, but then I doubt you have seen the data. That would involve actually reading things and processing them instead of copy pasting random WhatsApp forwards. I do the sass well.
अब करारे चने तो करारे चने ही बेचेगा ना. What else can he do?
Exactly.
Arjun is real. Please turn off the
Okay,
stream right now
everybody
because
that
you're here.
is one second.
ये कौन है
Everybody that is
बैकग्राउंड में
here,
एको हो रहा है
everybody that is here on the Discord, please mute your YouTube because there is a lag and we will hear old stream voice
Yeah, yeah,
on the
yeah.
VC.
Jatin Luthra is saying regarding Ladakh land by discussion debate, I feel it is a part of a bigger issue of cultural diversification and impurification. Impurification? I mean, you like you know, like tribal culture is becoming impure. That sort of an impurification. Okay. Guys, do you know anyone who we can talk to about the Ladakh issue properly? Like any person who has been on your radar?
Sonam Wangchuk.
Sonam
Oh.
Wangchuk recently did a interview with NTT by Tamal Saha. I think if you can pull the strings, I think you can reasonably get him on your channel as a guest.
Will I be able to? Let me try. But Tamal Saha ke is pe tha. Was it a remote thing?
Yeah, he went to Ladakh and did like a ground report, and he interviewed Sonam Wangchuk.
Okay, okay.
Cinema.
And
Ground
he,
report.
in general, he has a social media presence. So I think if you messaged him and were willing to give the proper time, I think he will be willing to come as a guest on here.
Let me see. Let me figure out. But
Yeah.
Sonam Wangchuk, no, I want someone who is covering the thing, like a journalist or something of that sort. Like, I mean, Sonam Wangchuk is a part of the protest also. So, of course, his side has come out. He has given many interviews and he has spoken about it. But I want like someone who is covering this. Maybe I can get Tamal only. You know, like he's
Yes,
been
that
in.
would be nice.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
been
that's a good
in
idea.
Ladakh.
And
So
also the problem with the Ladakh protest is that it's relatively not getting that much coverage in like the media spheres. So you're going to find only few people who are actually like sort of reporting and keeping us live with it, rather aside from Sonam Wangchuk himself.
correct. No, I absolutely get that. Absolutely get that.
So yeah.
Tamal Sai is
Meghnad,
an
I had
independent
something to
journalist.
add.
Yeah, go on.
I had something to add about the land being free to buy at Ladakh because
Go on,
it's
Andre.
not about buying just land and probably getting to make families there. But when it is open, it is open. It's fully resource rich, or the land is resource rich. So you know who is going to buy the land, right?
True. Basically, when they say they are scared of outsiders, they're basically scared of corporatization and industrialization.
All our business, sir.
I mean, all are business, but also like Adrian, if I may say so. On one hand, there are people who are. I mean, again, I'm playing the devil's advocate here. On one hand, the protesters are also saying that the young people are not getting jobs there, right? And on the other hand, they're also saying that we will not want like other people to come up and set up industries and also like people to live there. Both of those don't make sense together, no?
Yeah, but the job crisis is everywhere right now.
Yeah, it is. But the way to solve the job crisis is also to bring more jobs, which is
That's right.
factory lagana hai, industry lagana hai, all those things, which is basic things. So
But then it will become Joshimat again.
Joshimat.
Yeah, that place which like crumbled down because people were trying to do resorts and everything, and in Himachal Pradesh
Oh
somewhere, I
right,
think.
the one that sunk. Yeah, like the
Yep.
land is sinking and like buildings are cracking like nuts.
Yep.
Oh, that's true. Joshimat is a good example of that.
I
Interesting.
would like to make
Maybe
a
the
point.
government can support a collectively owned small scale industry.
I mean,
Industry.
cooperative owned organizations is one way to go. Also, like cooperatively owned organizations, like Amul.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Meghna,
yeah,
industry isn't the only option available for jobs. Ladakh is a very beautiful place. You can develop it for tourism, you can develop it for hotels, you can develop it for a lot of things,
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
just heavy industry.
Yeah. Tourism is being one of the biggest one, but I mean already like Ladakh and Leh is known for tourism. Like that is actually a big part of their income already. So वो भी develop हो सकता है. But yeah, I hear you absolutely.
May I say
Megha,
something?
Wait.
there's another
That was, who was that?
It is Rubius. Rubius.
Oh, hi, Rubius. Go on.
Hi. Yeah, I don't work directly on Indigenous issues, but
Hmm.
I work with people adjacent to many people who do. And the thing is, with the Indigenous land rights, is like it's recognized by international law. And with the thing when we talk about, okay, development of Indigenous people in these areas, you're also kind of imposing on them like a development model when they have their own ways of life. So that's also like why would how can we impose something on someone else? So there's that to be considered just
Hmm.
because we have this boundary, right? This national borders that are drawn by
Hmm.
at some point in
Yeah.
history by
Yeah.
people in power. And when you also like people brought up, oh, places can be developed for tourism, ecotourism. There's also a lot of impact, right? Negative impact of tourism, even if you
Hmm.
kind of you can try to make it in a ecologically sensitive way and stuff that can be managed, but when you
Hmm.
have kind of corporations and stuff that are then in power, especially in India, I don't know of many places where the indigenous people themselves are in control of any of like these resorts or
So
hotels and stuff
actually, that
in
that is a very interesting point you bring up, because I was working in Sikkim. I was
right.
there, and this is what I saw there also. The point you brought up, Rubius, which is the people were usually employed by
Hmm.
the people who had
Right.
resorts like Taj and all these things. But also
Right.
pharma companies are big there. Resorts, etc., which came up in Sikkim, and all these places are there. And usually the ownership was of local people was on land and to do agriculture, right? So
Hmm.
organic farming, etc., whatever, right? um,
Yeah, probably under the Forest Rights
yeah, yeah,
Act.
yeah. Also
Yes.
bamboo farming and all the things. But you're absolutely correct, because not only, so when you say that investment has to come into the area, with the investment comes people also. So, and owners also, which will not necessarily be the local people. Although then you can argue that if they are actually investing, uh, they should be the owners there, right? And then they would give jobs. Like, what would be your response to that?
Well, then we're operating from like, are we in a just society where, we're accepting the given inequalities,
Fair,
and
fair.
people with capital then have the right. And I just wanted to bring up one like contrasting example in Colombia, which there's all these wars and everything happening
Yeah.
there with drugs and everything. But I was recently near one of the Terona Park, which originally it was privately operated, but then uh, like the indigenous people there, they fought and everything, and they got control of that national park. So now, if tourists go there, it is now operated by the park, and they do things like they close down the park at certain like sacred times of the year, and for the most part, there, like if you go, you will be benefiting that local population, and when also these people are often like not educated, some of them don't speak Spanish in Colombia. They speak like their indigenous language.
Right, right.
So they're the level of resources, development to make them like, part of like the broader society is like going to take so much effort that if you
Correct.
suddenly say, okay, we're just going to come and take your land, it's like it is very unjust.
And
And
there
sorry if
are,
I'm talking too much. I work on partly on these issues, so I'm very
no, no.
passionate. Sorry.
Absolutely, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, you're very welcome. Hello, welcome to the server. And also, like, I was also like looking at, so when I was working in Odisha, also, there are still pockets in Odisha, like tribal pockets in Odisha, where there are people who are sort of more or less cut off from quote unquote mainland. Completely different language, completely different cultures, etc., which won't even match like the mainstream Odia culture also, right? Even like if you go, I already mentioned Sikkim, North Sikkim. If you go to, there is like a very different tribal culture in North Sikkim versus South Sikkim. I think in Ladakh also that is the case. Leh Ladakh, completely different tribes and cultures there. Oh,
Even the
Manipur.
centenaries.
Manipur being a big example right now, which is the cultural differences have widened so much that civil war is happening between the Cookies and the Metis.
Meghna, you can also look at Tripura with
Yeah.
the indigenous Tripuri population and the Bengali population.
Yeah.
So it's not anybody's mistake, but a demographic change has taken place, where the Tripuri, who were once a majority,
Hmm.
are slowly becoming a minority in their own state.
Hmm.
And the point is that this way of development, this heavy-handed, centralized way of development is very colonial in mindset
Hmm.
because we are in a way colonizing our own territory.
That's
Like
a
Ladakh
very
is
interesting point, actually. Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
more importantly, this is about self-determination. If
Hmm.
let's say if the people of Ladakh want a dam,
Hmm.
a big in their state, in their region,
Hmm.
then the people of Ladakh should vote for it. Why is
Hmm.
the central government using NTPC or some other central government
Hmm.
PSU
Hmm.
to make that dam?
Uh,
NTPC can make it, but the people of Ladakh should approve it.
Should consent.
Yeah,
To
and
which
they
I
will
Meghna,
consent.
that is what they are fighting for, the sixth schedule.
Sixth schedule,
Exactly.
exactly. So
Yeah,
like what their
exactly.
yeah.
demand mainly stems from is this, right? Which is like they want self government, or to some level, like local government, and that is what they're not getting, because if it's like a centrally managed territory, they don't need to take their permission and they can just go rampant.
So I have to come in for that.
Yeah, so,
Hmm.
Hello.
Yeah, go on, go
Sorry.
on, go on.
So this is not just, though it is very much linked to the environment of Ladakh, but a very important fact is this is a political protest.
Hmm.
And my ancestry is from Goa. It's a very small state.
Yes.
Is the question is, what is this concept that, oh, you're a small population, you don't have a right to determine for your right of
Fair point.
self-determination. I
Hmm.
mean, Goa also had the same problem. And what happens when you're centrally administered? I mean, there are many states which are now states with previously union territories. There are people who have connections with the central government and they get all the contracts and etc. etc.
Hmm.
There is very little accountability. And
Hmm.
that's why the fear of connection with the union and okay, everybody else is jobless.
Hmm.
And why do we have this British mindset that there are agencies like Ladakh or Andaman or formerly Goa or etc. etc.? Why
Hmm.
is it that the constitution does not give this right equally to all citizens or for the matter of any
No,
like
but the sorry, your voice is breaking. I got your general point, and I agree with you. So this colonial mindset which you guys are mentioning is very important, because I think it is intrinsically linked to capitalism also, because in the quest for more profits, you end up sort of expanding and taking over more land and more land and more land,
and
and
exploiting people.
absolutely.
exploiting. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then if the government sides with the capitalists, if the government sides with profits, then the rights of people in smaller areas kind of don't matter.
It'll be trampled. It'll be trampled.
It will be
Yeah.
trampled,
Yeah.
exactly.
If you look
Meghnad,
at it, the government in a lot of ways, like the government in a lot of ways, it's trying to actually amend the laws in order to favor the oligarchs in a way. So, like recently, there was apparently the government had decided to change the definition of forests according to Forest Act,
Hmm.
which would actually place like a large swathes of forest land to be illegal as forests, and therefore
Yes.
they would be cut.
Hmm.
So, like there is an active Supreme Court case which is actually being discussed on the same issue. So, like
Hmm.
the government randomly decided to like pass an amendment to like change the definition of forests, which are very protected,
Hmm.
apparently, and like not every other bush area is apparently a forest.
Hmm.
Which like and they decide what like the forest could be and what the bush area could be,
The
and therefore they would eliminate all the bush area, and
Yeah.
therefore like that has actually caused a lot of furor in a lot of northeastern states as well,
Hmm.
which has actually like been raised to the Supreme Court. Yeah.
The other story which I've already covered is that whole I think there were like a few companies which took over coal. They started wait, what was it? Basically, coal blocks were sold off to companies which were 90% plus forest coverage, and there were some rule changes that were made to make it possible. I think Reporters Collective had done this story, and one of them was Adani and a bunch of other companies which were doing it. But see, that's the thing, no? Like when profit takes over, the government is working for profit. It is not working for rights anymore. It is not working for,
Yeah.
like,
They don't care
especially
for the local.
They don't, right? They don't. And I mean, it will just, it's just like a forest fire then. Just a second,
Yeah.
guys. Just a second. I have just a few super chats to answer. Hello, Deepta. Thank you so much for the support. Deepta was asking how to join the thing. I hope she's been able to figure it out. You can just go to the community tab. There is a Discord link. You can come and join it. Hello,
Yeah,
Pramod.
hi, Meg. I'm here.
Oh, you're here, Deepta. Are you figured it out?
Yeah, hi, hi,
Okay.
hi.
Hi. Let me just answer this super chat, then I'll talk to you. Okay. Pramod is saying, "Hi, I am late to live, but any idea how can anyone justify the bail granted to Elvish and denied to CM? Elvish Yadav got bail? Okay. Because Elvish Yadav wasn't arrested
लास्ट
under
नेम
the.
का कमाल है.
And then also, Elvish Yadav wasn't arrested under the PMLA, no? That's the reason, basically. Pramod, PMLA ke under, if he was arrested under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, then he will have to prove that he is innocent. Like, he will have to prove that no snake
Yeah,
venom
no,
and all.
initially they put him under the Narcotics Acts or something, and after like a few days they changed some of the sections so that he can get a bail. So
Of
I think after
course.
3 days they changed the section
Why
for
am I
like
not
I don't
surprised?
remember the exactly.
Yeah. उसको elections के लिए चाहिए ना, use करना पड़ेगा अभी. I'm wondering when our friend Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh ji इंसान will also get bail now. Bail नहीं, क्या parole. So
Is he already out on parole? He keeps
He's
on
out on parole,
going
I think.
out and then going back in for a few days, then he's
yeah,
out
then
again.
comes out again. Exactly. Klush is, thank you for the support, friend. I am from Uttarakhand. I have first-hand seen how rich people from Delhi, UP, Haryana had destroyed our beautiful place with over construction causing environmental disaster every rainy season. Oh yeah, actually, so many people in Uttarakhand are pissed off with this. I have seen so many and spoke. I keep going to Uttarakhand, and this time when I went to the mountains, I was in Uttarakhand as well. And wahan pe, oh my god. So like this guy who we were staying with at a homestay, he was very pissed off. He was like, अरे ये दिल्ली के लोग आके हमारा land खरीद लेते हैं. They've ruined everything. My beautiful village. In there, it is all bought over by these Delhi people. I'm like, yeah, I get it. हम भी खरीदने वाले
I
थे,
mean,
but yeah.
that's the same case in Himachal as well.
Himachal also,
Himachal has got
same.
like if you go through Kalga area or like anything Parvati Valley, like it's this rampant construction. Like they've turned villages into like cities,
Yeah.
which is insane.
Yeah, and also, so Iceman, are you from Himachal? Because I want to ask you a question then.
No, I'm originally from Delhi, but I've
Ah,
traveled a lot in Himachal
okay.
and northern areas.
Is
Yeah,
there
spent a lot
anyone
of time.
here from a mountain state? Uttarakhand,
My
Himachal.
ancestry is from Uttarakhand. Like I used to go there every year, so I'm
Ah,
well aware of the area.
okay. So Salty, tell me. One of the reasons, of course, of not sort of having this anger against like people from outside coming and taking over the land is the cultural reason, but also scarcity of land is a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep. So
go
sorry,
on.
go ahead.
No, you go on.
Yeah, so if you see like the tourist destinations like Nainital is one, Dehradun is one, it's it's mostly a mountainous region. You don't have much land even for farming and even for like people building houses. So in that limited land, most of the people they come to retire in Dehradun or Nainital. Because of that, the land prices have gone up, the living expenses have gone up,
Makes
and
sense.
people are sort of being pushed out. Either they have to go deep within the mountains where there are no roads or water and electricity available, and even hospitals available. So they are kind of being pushed out, and most of the what do we say?
Local population.
Accessible places, accessible pieces to the local population is not available easily. And obviously, if you're earning in Delhi, Mumbai, or any big cities, and then coming to Uttarakhand, people with money will get priority.
No, absolutely. And I that is a good point you make about things becoming more expensive, because in Uttarakhand, I have seen this. I think in the, what was that area? Mukteshwar, right? Mukteshwar area. It has completely become gentrified now.
Mukteshwar used to be just the army town, right?
Yeah. No, Mukteshwar used to be like this faraway place like a few years ago, where like there were like very sparse number of houses, etc. Again, Kalush, if you are in chat somewhere, you would know. Now it has completely become gentrified because all these people from Delhi, Bombay, they have bought houses there. I believe Neena Gupta has a house there also. That is one person I know.
Oh,
And
because
they've built houses there, but not just that. Because of that, there are like these market areas which used to have like local shops. They have now gentrified, and the general expenses, living expenses of the areas have gone so high that the local population is finding it very difficult.
Also,
yeah, I
the
can see that.
hostel systems there, the hostel and everything.
Oh yeah,
Mukteshwar
Zostel and
is the
all.
thing there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah, the
Zostel
thing is,
Mukteshwar. Yes.
I remember Megnard, like I went to Mukteshwar a few years ago, many
Hmm.
years ago, but it was like pretty much like an army cantonment town, so there
Yeah.
was nothing really there.
Hmm.
But now and I could see like they were trying to develop like like those Instagram influencer travel kind of people who are
Hmm.
trying to develop like hostels and stuff like over there. The problem is that once they start doing it in Himachal, the difference between Uttarakhand is like people from Delhi or Bombay, they can buy properties there, unlike in Himachal. So
Hmm.
you have to make a contract with the locals in
Hmm.
Himachal at least. So
Hmm.
locals
Hmm.
do get some money, but not in Uttarakhand. So it's anybody's game, right? Like, and that's why we see this rampant type of like construction and then floods, massive floods every other year, right? Like in Uttarakhand area,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
without a regard for
Uh,
environment.
so
To
can
see
I
the
add
final
something here?
stage of this thing,
Just a
we
second,
can see
guys.
action there.
Sorry. I said hi to Deepta. Hello, hi, Deepta. Hello, I just wanted to say hi. Is she here still?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hello. What do you want to talk about?
No, I'm enjoying this conversation.
Right.
This is actually has been on my mind because every day I would watch like Sonam Wangchuk's video, and I kind of like felt upset that no one from mainstream media was talking about it, and
Hmm.
I don't really know if his fast is going anywhere. And you can see so many people out on the road, and the pure optics of it was um
Hmm.
quite disturbing. So, yeah, I mean, I wish there was something we could do, but it all comes down to like public policy and what the people on top decide.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
I'm glad that we're at least, you know,
Hmm.
complaining. That's all we can do in a democracy.
Hmm. Yeah,
One
absolutely.
thing I one, one thing I've noticed in Ladakh post Article 370,
Hmm.
because I've been going there many for like decades, and one thing I noticed post Article 370 was that there were a lot of influx of Kashmiris,
Hmm.
Kashmiri people like who were kind of businessmen. Because
Hmm.
in the valley you can't really do much business, but like in Ladakh, tourism is really is still good. So they were like
Hmm.
trying to open up businesses there, I think.
Hmm.
Maybe
Hmm.
that could have been another issue, like ethnic issue, like people are coming from outside, even though like they've turned Ladakh into their own like district, but they
Hmm.
don't really have any rights to say.
Yeah.
In a way, like I think provisions like Article 370 do protect local population in a way because outsiders can't buy land. For example, they are protected because they're in a minority. Same issue with Himachal too. They have
Hmm.
a smaller population compared to like if people from Punjab and Delhi go in there, they'll be run over, right? Like
Yeah.
there's not much
Even
space there.
even Sikkim, same situation, right? That's exactly what is happening there. But then Sikkim is protected because you can't go and buy land in Sikkim. It is protected under the constitution. Like there's literally a ban on buying land. So yeah,
Which is a good thing.
absolutely,
It is
because
actually a
you
good
know what
thing
Yeah.
happens,
because
and this is actually a great way to do it also, which Sikkim has managed to do one way or another, is basically if you, and I think this is actually something that Dubai does, I believe, which is UAE somewhere. So for example, if you have this rule that you can't buy land, right? They can lease it though. They can lease it to like outsiders, but the ownership is still with the person who owns the land, which is the local indigenous person, right? So they can actually make money off the land by leasing it out to other people or etc., right? That is one way. Or the other thing is, I think, I'm not sure UAE does this. I think UAE does this, which is all the Emiratis. If you open a business in UAE, you have to have one Emirati as a partner or something who gets like 20% of the profit. I heard about this. I'm not sure if there is anybody from Dubai who can confirm this.
Yeah, this is
It
true.
is
One
true.
of
It
my
is true.
client was from there, and he confirmed it.
Right. So the AR nerd, how does this work? So like basically, like you need to have someone as a part of your company or ownership, part ownership. As an Emirati needs to have part ownership.
No, it's
Yeah, they
not
are
like
a
that.
business
It
partner
is kind of
basically.
like
Business partner.
Yeah, at least if I'm not wrong, it's there should be a minimum of two local candidates from their region. Otherwise, you cannot start a business. Even my company has
Ah.
two local sponsors.
Oh, and then how much? So is there like a fixed percentage that needs to be given to them?
I really don't know about those details, but yes, the one which you're talking about, you need to have two local sponsors. Otherwise, you cannot start
Ah,
any
Like
business.
partnership.
Yeah,
partnership
partnership.
only. Yeah. Yeah. So
Uh,
that's why all the Emiratis are becoming like extremely rich, and they don't have problems with like outsiders coming in, because now they're encouraging more outsiders to come in, because every time you crack a deal, so like every Emirati will have like some 20-30 businesses that they are quote unquote partners at, and they chill.
mm,
Yeah, but this is
sit
technically
back and
bad
relax.
Yeah.
because they end up getting people who don't want to work, but they want to have their names attached. They collect a paycheck, but they don't do anything. And no, I'm not from Dubai
Huh.
over there. And they've always had the same complaint. These people make our life difficult.
Who
Ah,
makes whose life difficult?
The Emiratis who are part owners, because they have clout. It's not that they just sign their name on the paper and they're done. They have say in day-to-day operations.
ah,
Okay. They have a say.
Yeah, they
Hmm.
have a
Yeah,
say.
very
That's
much
true.
so.
So it's not
Because the
like a
moment they
it's
withdraw
not
their
like a
name,
sleeping partner business.
no, it's not. And
Ah.
they get to abuse that power quite a bit. So it's not a perfect relationship, but
Hmm.
yes, in terms of finance, the people who are there benefit quite a bit.
So I remember I was talking to this friend of mine, and that's why I wanted to confirm if this is true, because that friend, I realized, exaggerates a lot. But anyway, I'm going to tell you anyway. So he was saying that they went to Dubai and they wanted to start like a company or whatever. And they went around to find this whole Emirati partner, right? And everybody advised them, ki find someone who has too many companies as partners, because that just proves that they're extremely lazy, and essentially they can't pay attention to all of these places. So then that is the ideal partnership you want with an Emirati. So makes sense. You don't want an entrepreneur Emirati to basically be like a VC or anything. You want like an extremely lazy Emirati to just take the money and leave them alone.
yes, yeah.
I have a lazy Emirati.
Oh, you
My
do?
company has.
Are
Yeah, my
amazing.
company has.
Very
I
nice.
mean, it's not my company. I work with the company, but
Yeah.
yes,
Uh,
they have a very big sponsor,
huh.
and I am 100% sure that he's lazy.
Very
I
nice.
mean, he's a good person. Like he doesn't want to go in
Haha.
and
I mean,
I'm
no
not
dominate.
talking about
judgment.
good.
No
Hmm.
judgment for them. Like, it's okay to be lazy. We should encourage more people to be lazy. Universal basic income hona chahiye. Renault is also saying it is true about UAE. Hi Renault. If you are from UAE and if you have some insights, please go ahead.
It is true, but you don't always have to have that kind of a partnership. You do have like a sleeping kind of contract as well, but
Hmm.
that also depends on where you have the company, and also like with how you are gonna put it on rules. I mean,
Hmm.
like on your agreement. So there are like certain places where you have like you just can have like a normal just work, like a sharing work kind of a place,
Hmm.
and you just have like one single seater office. That is also possible where you don't have any interruption, but you'll have like a UAE address, something like that. So there
Interesting.
is things like that as well,
Yeah.
Can I
especially in
go
Dubai.
back to previous topic?
Go on.
So remember earlier on you said funding needs to be, as an investment needs to be there.
Hmm.
Gujarat developed because the government added a little bit of money and then it added on from there. So now you have a lot of industries that are set up in Gujarat,
Hmm.
but the impetus came from government funding, not from outside funding.
Oh yeah.
So the
Socialism for
people,
the rich. Yes.
yeah, and then they went on. But now, whenever we talk about development anywhere else, it always has to be funds from outside. And that comes with a lot of baggage. Like you said, they'll want their own people, they'll want their own guys, and so on.
Hmm.
Conditional conditions to
Yes,
Conditional.
be met.
But the government can assist here. They can give schemes or loans or whatever,
Subsidized
education to
land,
help. Yeah.
SEZs, all the things. Cheap land, cheap everything for businesses to basically take over, and
Yeah.
attractive. Also tax breaks. What is it called? Tax holiday. It sounds so nice.
Considering
But
all the things the government is doing, I don't think we should expect this from the government.
I don't know. Like, so, like, when you say that, Gujarat has developed, again, the human development index there is very trash. I hope
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
right? So, like,
Meghnad, I would
basically,
like
when
to
you say
explain one
the state has developed, and essentially
State
we have
is not
started.
developed.
No.
Industries have developed. Yeah.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say is that now the definition of development has become that if the top 1-2% industrial leaders or whoever companies are making profits, and stock market में उनका value बढ़ रहा है, so India is developing. That is the general opinion,
Okay.
narrative that is being sold to us anyway, right? So nobody is
I'm,
really looking
I'm
at
joining
the.
from Gujarat.
Yeah.
I'm joining from Gujarat. Okay, and you
Got.
spoke about the recent data which shows Gujarat has actually done poorly as compared to Rajasthan.
Right.
And I'm in Mehsana, which is very close to the Rajasthan border. And on a lighter note, I must say that Rajasthan supplies most of the illegal liquor in Gujarat, which
Oh
most of
yes.
us are drinking, and I am right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Sorry. But the thing is, the excise goes to Rajasthan. So the joke in Gujarat is that we are funding the food of the kids in Rajasthan. So it clearly is working out better for them. And I hope one day we feed our own kids. So,
Ritvik, tell
yeah.
me something.
And
You being from Gujarat, has there ever been a protest in Gujarat to make alcohol legal?
Okay, I must clarify, I am not from Gujarat. Okay,
Okay,
I
okay.
work here for the corporates.
Fair
Okay.
enough, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yes, anyway, coming back to the point, Gujaratis, if you have been on that debate with Faye, right?
Yeah.
Gujarat is an embodiment of that mentality as a state. And I do not want to sound racist, but
Yeah.
it is exactly like that.
Uh,
Forget about voicing protests for alcohol legalization. I've seen drunk people saying that it's a good thing to ban alcohol. So I do not know what to see actually. So I've seen weird things in the state. The whole problem about Gujarat is that they are an embodiment of China and India. I know it's a very harsh thing to say about an entire state, but
okay.
they like the fact that they are repressed by the government, at least in these
They
regards.
like
So,
the
for
fact. Okay,
example,
I want to hear
right,
more
they
about
talk
more about
about the
this. Yes,
government
yes.
restricting something, especially the alcohol matters. Oh,
Right.
it's cool that I have to drink in the closet. Oh, but I think this is a good thing because government, the thing that Modi ji ne सोच के किया होगा is happening here for 20 years. Okay,
Oh
so,
my God, yeah. No,
so
I
this is
can
the thing that
imagine. I can imagine. No, but okay. So, talking about stereotypes of Gujaratis, like I have some Gujarati friends also. They're like, "अरे धंधा करना है बस." धंधा
ah,
चल रहा है अच्छे से तो everything is great. Rest of the things will handle. Basically, the logic that they go with is पैसा फेंक तमाशा देख, right? Which is अगर हमारे पास पैसा है तो हम कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. Then how does it matter who is in government? So like दारू पीना है तो हाँ पैसा है ना, तो कहीं से भी खरीद सकते हैं. फिर राजस्थान से लेके आएंगे, दमन दीव से लेके आएंगे. ड्रग्स करना है, ऑफ कोर्स मिल जाएगा. लाइक जो भी है. सो द एटीट्यूड देयर इज बेसिकली लाइक they don't care about the government as much because they feel like अगर उनके पास पैसा है तो they don't need to, and that's why their focus is entirely on the business.
Meghnad, on a lighter note, you
Yeah.
should appreciate Gujarati culture
Yeah.
because they are the most American in our country.
Oh.
Like from a certain perspective, they're very individualistic. They're like, हाँ government है तो है, मैं मुझे drugs करना है तो मैं कर सकता
Oh,
हूँ.
absolutely.
Like मेरा business चल रहा है ना तो चल रहा है, कर दो ban जो
the
करना
truly
है.
libertarian state, the true
I mean,
libertarian state.
Hey,
My comment?
Meghnad,
I
have you read
appreciate
like
it.
Prices
They
for
think
the Years?
they
what
think
sorry
they are
sorry
above the
sorry
law.
Have
sorry
you
sorry sorry
have you read Akar Patel's book, Price of Modi Years? Does a
oh
really
yeah
good
yeah yeah I did.
analysis about it.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
so
did.
Gujarat doesn't top any of the charts or indexes that he
Yeah.
evaluates them on. I think it's a
Yeah.
very, in that sense, like a middling state.
Yeah.
It's actually worse off in many
It's
other things
actually
as
very
well.
bad. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And on the other hand, West Bengal has like great, I mean, at least progress wise in the last 10 years, it has made like good strides in the Human Development Index. But you will find the same attitude in West Bengal also. Okay. So I don't know if there are any Bangla people here, but the Bhodro Lok of Bengal, the Kolkata people, they hate Mamta Banerjee. Like literally with a
I agree.
vengeance.
Yeah, yeah. And see, I'll tell you, okay.
Hmm.
Anyone who doesn't have a certain piece of like grass, like everyone has this tendency to believe that grass is always greener on the other side.
Hmm.
It's like whatever we don't have, supposedly that is the better thing. So like I've heard a lot of friends who say, like, see, Mamta has done a lot of good in like a lot of ways, like Konashri is a program which she introduced for
Yes.
girl education, which actually did work. Like
It's
it
a
put
very
a
good
lot of girls'
program.
schools
Yeah.
back into.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was it has been recognized and it has been adopted into a lot of public
Hmm.
policy studies. So
Hmm.
like it has been implemented well as well.
Yes.
Like and there are several other programs as well. If people actually want to look at it, there have been pretty good implementations.
And
But
sorry, just
people have
just
this
to
one
just to
gripe.
give sorry, just interrupting. You can continue, but like just to give an idea to people, this is actually quite a genius idea that Prashant Kishore came up with initially. So what was happening in Bengal before the last election, a year before, was that there was a massive revolt because of corruption. So, like a lot of Bengal leaders, like local level gundas, essentially were doing hafta vasuli. Like they were going and they were threatening businesses and doing hafta vasuli, etc. So there was massive anger against TMC and Mamta Banerjee. So what idea they came up with was that they did a public hearing and started basically taking out these leaders one after the other. I mean, at least like some prominent ones, and kicking them out. And on simultaneously, they launched these three, if I'm not wrong, women specific schemes. One was where every woman, the head person would be a woman and would get like a card which gives like insurance for the entire family. The second was scholarships for girl children. And the third was after you get married or during your marriage, you get certain amount of money from the government or like a cycle. I mean, either of those. But go on, Hanji. But they were all women
Okay,
centric.
I want to comment.
Yeah,
Now that we are comparing
like
Gujarat and Bengal, I really need to step in. Sorry,
Sorry, Hanji ko complete karne do, then you can
can
come
I?
in. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
yeah, so like the programs which you're talking about were like Kanyashri, Dhanyashri, and I don't remember the other one. Like the one
Yes.
which will give you the money is the Dhanyashri, the one which will like put you back to schools was
Correct.
Kanyashri, and I don't remember the other one.
Correct.
And they
Correct.
also gave a lot of free cycles to like the students as well. So like yeah, like they did some pretty good implementation was done on ground.
Hmm.
But people have this one constant gripe against her
Hmm.
that they somehow have failed to industrialize Bengal, which
Hmm.
is like to an extent it is a fair point because but like what people fail to realize is that this is not something which you can change within like a period of 10 years because there has been a certain party which has actually done a lot of stuff which is like I'm not saying TMC has done anything good like for that area, but it's very hard to change like things, and especially you would know Mamta was in like she came in power based on her anti Tata sentiments and everything like that, right?
Hmm.
Like the
Hmm.
entire Nandigram movement, which
Hmm.
actually does put her into a bad light into a lot of industrialist circles. This
Correct.
is undeniably true. So that is something she usually faces, like the blight and gripe of other people. But
Hmm.
as I said, like in the beginning, that like a lot of people always pretend that the grass is greener on the other side. They haven't seen like the truth or situations in places like Gujarat or Rajasthan, or who
So
they adore about having been industrialized or developed.
yeah. So like my personal experience, and who was that who wanted to speak about Gujarat? Sorry.
Yeah, this was yes, the great comparison with the two corners of India, Gujarat and West Bengal. So
Ritvik.
I'll just
Ritvik
say that
is
Gujaratis like to be.
sorry. Like
Hello?
Ritvik. That's you, right?
Yes, that's me.
Go on. Yeah.
Hello. So basically, I just mentioned that Gujaratis have a long experience of staying under control of the state for quite some time, being under one party,
Hmm.
but they are very politically aware. And one thing which is working in a very semi-rural setup in a big factory, which is most of Gujarat right now. We have always heard that, oh, this was Bengal 30, 50 years ago. Okay. And what we did is what Bengal used to do. We
यार गुजरात में इंटरनेट अच्छा नहीं है क्या ऋत्विक
I think business sir is influencing your internet.
No. I'm from Gujarat too right now. We have horrible internet.
Yeah, I think that was a joke. Like, let's just clarify that was a
One thing
joke.
I
for
wanted to
business,
say about Gujarat and alcohol and that connection, right? Being from that industry, I relate with it strongly. So
you're
it
from
is a
the
perfect
alcohol
example.
industry Shweta
Never would have thought it.
didn't
Mixologist, no?
amazing
Mixologist only, right?
Yeah, so being that state that it is the perfect centrist मतलब lobbying या grey market हम दोनों balance करके चलते
oh
हैं
yeah absolutely
ऐसा attitude है वो state में
absolutely like that whole drunk
hello,
people talking about how alcohol should be banned was like the cake
You know,
Even
hello.
in Bihar,
oh wait
yes,
Ritvik is
even
back Ritvik is
yeah.
back huh
Am I back? Am I? Is the government
yeah,
not
I'll
controlling
hold.
me? Hopefully. Okay. So basically, what I wanted to point out, and this is where I had to get in the electoral bonds thing, is
like he
and
just
this is very true. We are
introduces his point and
aware.
his thing goes out okay Ritvik sorry you need to write your comment okay
Sorry.
like you'll have
What
to
I'll
write
Yes.
Yeah,
I'll
type it
just
down. Yeah.
yeah
Meggy wants to say something go
yeah. So usually people say that they had started having alcohol at their doorsteps around 10-15 years back, right?
yes
Not more than 10 years back. Since 1975, we have had cash on delivery service of alcohol at our doorsteps in Gujarat.
very advanced state
Yes, very advanced. And even the police officers come to our house and give us alcohol. So my neighbors
what
still get alcohol.
What?
Yes,
Come to your
I'm not
house?
kidding.
What?
Yes, sir. I have a police chowki just outside my house.
Police does home delivery.
अरे
Yes,
भाई
sir.
what
गांजा चाहिए,
ये
चरस
जोमेटो का
चाहिए,
ये
दही
पुलिस
चाहिए.
वाला का जोमेटो कब से खुल गया भाई?
No, no,
नहीं
this
ये
is
ये
actually
पोमैटो है.
true.
It's a special
One of
देख
my
special.
रहा है
friends,
ये I
one
think
of
he's
my
like
friends
just
from
pulling up.
Chhattisgarh, he told me that during COVID, police used to give him this ganja delivery at home
wow
during
That
COVID.
is called सबका साथ सबका विकास.
Yeah.
yes I mean
No, this
like
is
it's
an
it's
excellent
it's
thing.
Gujarati police no उनको भी तो धंधो करना है ना I mean
नहीं
like
नहीं that, actually this is the real scene of green Zomato. You're forgetting it, Meghnad.
oh that's true
Oh.
that's very true very accurate no but you know the interesting thing is like I mean no someone was I was talking about the Bhadralok in Kolkata I wanted to complete that thought which is basically I know for a fact that so all these Bhadralok hate Mamta Banerjee but it is the same sort of I don't know. They're like, oh, Mamta Banerjee बस गरीबों के लिए ही काम करती है. Basically, that is the entire logic of their hate, which is the
No, that's not the main criticism from
okay.
Bhadralok. The main criticism from Bhadralok is actually like it's actually religious based because like all the Bhadraloks here are
Oh,
like from upper
of
caste and
course,
all such communities, right?
of
So
course, of course.
there's
Meghna,
the
and
there's
you
a
were right.
religious line
You were
there.
right.
Yeah,
Meghna, if I just may interject,
yeah,
you were right. Okay, BJP tried to like in 2016 election and initially in the 2021 like in the run up to the 2019 Lok Sabha election, the entire narrative was about industrialization and how Gujarat is great and all that.
correct.
What they did was that they decided that they have laid like RSS laid enough ingrains into at least the northern part of Bengal to decide that okay now we can pivot to our actual strategy, which is the entire narrative about her being somehow not Hindu enough and all that crap, which is an absolute lie, by the way. Like any self-respecting individual who just goes to Kalighat temple right now and went to Kalighat temple, let's say 10-15 years back, would see the stark difference and the work Mamta Banerjee has put in those shrines. Okay, she's actually reinvigorated the shrines. But whatever, this entire narrative has been actually peddled. Like I think you would know, like 5 years, 6 years before, TMC had a pretty good relationship with LK Advani. Like 10 years before, like she was actually a darling. Mamata Banerjee was apparently very close
She
to
was a
LK
minister
Advani.
in their government also.
Railway,
Yeah,
railway.
yeah.
Railway.
She was there in a portfolio.
Big portfolio.
More than that, more than just a portfolio, LK Advani himself had said like Mamta mere beti jaisi hai and all
Ha
that
ha
stuff.
ha
Okay,
ha
so like
ha.
he was actually pretty close to that. But what happened is that since like 2018, let's say, there was a very big riot in Bosirhat, which actually BJP tried to focus a lot, and they peddled this narrative, which is very common in Hindi heartland. I hear that like somehow they call Mamta as Mamta Bano for some reason. So that is the
Yep.
ingredient. That is how the political power
This was
Begum.
I saw this with my own eyes when I was covering the elections. This Shuvendu Adhikari used to basically go from village to village to village and then just go in and say, "Ha, Mamta Begum ne ye kiya hai, wo kiya, Bano ne ye kiya hai, wo kiya." That was his whole rhetoric basically. Like he just kept going Mamta Bano, Mamta Begum after one village after the other. That was his strategy throughout.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the point. Like a lot of people like who actually endorse Suvendu Adhikari and everyone, they should actually listen to what Suvendu used to say in 2015, 2014. What his father Shishir Adhikari used to say
Oh
in
yeah, yeah.
2014, 2013. They
What is it?
were like
चोर चोर चोट्टा
so.
शिशिर का पोट्टा या कुछ तो भी है ना वो क्या what is that tagline?
I don't remember that tagline
It
well,
was
but
very
you're
funny.
pretty close.
Very similar to that one.
You're pretty
Very
Yeah,
close.
similar to that one.
Yeah,
Again, basically, Shuvendu Adhikari is like a case of horse trading.
no, no. Like it's not only horse trading. Shubhendu Adhikari is actually a very well known. Like Shishir Adhikari was still respectable to a certain extent. All his sons, Shubhendu, and someone else, I don't remember. By the way, very nepotistic family again. Something which
yeah.
BJP will
A
not point
proper
out when they talk
dynasty, no?
about it.
Like political dynasty only.
Yeah. All three of them have been MPs, by the way. One of them have been MP from Tamluk,
Yeah.
MP from Kontai, and another I forget.
Yeah.
So basically, all
And they
these three
switch parties and they
actually had a
still retain their MP post.
Who?
The Adhikaris, right? They shifted parties at one point and they still retain their MP posts.
Oh yeah. This time they're fielding Shuvendu's younger brother as the MP, na? As a
Yes.
candidate.
Yes. Actually, he quit TMC just like after this entire like period ended. He joined BJP and now he's going to contest from the same place.
Amazing.
So whatever, but like what people should know is people
Wait.
should go
Sorry. Just clarify this. Sorry. Just clarify this. Did you just say that the guy was already an MP from TMC? He quit, joined BJP, and is now contesting from the same seat as an MP?
Yes.
Holy
yes.
shit.
Shomendu Adhikari.
The younger brother of this Shuvendu.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Okay, I completely missed this. That's so basically there was Shuvendu who was in BJP and cursing Mamta, and Shomendu was with Mamta as an MP.
Yeah. Yes.
And now his term is complete and now he's joined. Wow, man.
Yes.
Yep.
He joined BJP last week. Also, by the way,
That I know.
It's
I
a
should tell
Akshay
this to
Kumar
you.
meme.
Guys, Meghnad, another thing I would like to tell you, like it's a bit of a diversion from. By the way, these are pretty well-known goons in the area of Tamluk and Kontai. Okay, these people literally are the definition of cut money.
Yes.
But that point aside, I remember that you had covered Bengal for news laundry as well, during the 2021 election.
Yeah.
So I remember you had actually discussed Barrackpur constituency,
Oh my
which
god,
actually was
that is such a crazy
round of-
place.
Yeah, so you you definitely know about Arjun Singh, right?
Yes.
So
Oh my god.
was it Arjun Singh?
Arjun Singh,
That
yes.
time around, Arjun Singh was contesting from BJP.
Yes.
Then he lost. He came back to TMC.
Yes.
I don't remember if he lost. I think he probably had won, but also came back to TMC or something like that.
Yeah.
Now he did not get a seat, like contesting for Barrackpur constituency. So what happened is that he decided. Now he's like, there is this meme that party te theke kaaj korte parchilam na. Like I was not being able to work in the party. So like then he shifted to BJP. So he's going to contest from Barrackpur again. like in the BJP. So like
Oh my
this
god.
these
So it's
parties
like
like Arjun Singh.
we have our own Palturam. We have our own
Yeah,
Palturam, like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
revolving door type guy.
No, dude, guys, I saw this in Goa so much. By the way, if anybody's from Goa, they can confirm. Also, chat if anybody's from Goa. So I went to this. What was his name? Michael Lobo, I believe. The person is called. Yeah, I think Michael Lobo. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he switched parties some 4 times in like some 8 years, and we went to ask people like in his constituency ki, who are you going to vote for. So I mean, we didn't ask who you are going to vote for, but like mudde kya hai, right? That is the usual question we ask when we go on the ground ki aapke mudde kya hai. So they'll give you like some reasons, you know, like oh jobs ye wo whatever and whatever, and it's like अच्छा candidate कैसे लगते हैं. तो it's like हाँ हमारा वोट तो माइकल लोबो जी के लिए जाएगा. तो it's like अच्छा but like are you a BJP supporter? And like नहीं I'm a Michael Lobo supporter. I'm like इस लाइक हाँ हमको फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि वो कौन से पार्टी में है, हम माइकल लोबो को ही वोट देंगे. सी दैट इज आई थिंक द सेम थिंग दैट हैपेंस विद दीज पीपल इन बरकपुर ऑल्सो, एंड इट हैपेंस विद लाइक आई रिमेंबर शांति निकेतन एरिया, वो एरिया का कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी क्या है मुझे याद नहीं है, वहाँ पे भी देर इज अ डूड हु इज लाइक दिस, एंड दिस शुवेंदु पीपल ऑल्सो सेम थिंग विच इज लाइक कौन से भी पार्टी में
but
जाओ.
Megha, there's a slight difference with Arjun Singh. Okay, like Subhendu, for all the allegations of him being a gunda, like, and he actually genuinely does not work in Nandigram a lot, but still, like, he has some decency. Okay, Arjun Singh is actually like literally, like, he's a gangster. He's literally a gangster. He's like
Bhatpada and Barakpur and all these areas. Yes.
Exactly. I'll tell you, there's a meme like going like which is very common, which is very well known. Like Bhatpara, don't come to Bhatpara or you'll get blown off. Something like that. Okay.
So
It's
sorry,
literally how
I have
things
to
are
I
at
have to
Bhatpara.
give some context to people who don't know. Like, and you can come in also. So basically, Barakpur is this area which is like an old cantonment area, right? And it has a lot of weapons factories there also. It's actually quite crazy. And then Bhatpada is an area that is also in the district, which is known for crude bomb manufacturing, where whenever quote unquote riot breaks out or political fights break out, because you have to understand in Bengal, political fights become riots. Like literally CPIM people going after TMC, then TMC going after, and that becomes a riot. Happens a lot in Bhatpada and Barakpur, and then they throw bombs at each other. Like literal crude bombs are thrown at each other because there are factories and all there. Also, one more thing. Arjun Singh's very close person was assassinated in broad daylight on a bus stop or something. And I was like, what? Like there is a clip of that also. Like some medical store say there are like these two people come in like on a bike. They just shoot him like in front of a crowd and then go away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amar
Absolutely.
Priyo Bangla.
Yeah.
I'll
West Bengal is
I'll
nuts.
tell you, West Bengal is completely nuts. It's like, and the funny thing is, like, for all the people who say that apparently, like, for all the claims of BJP being the washing machine party, there's also like a narrative that, so like we were discussing about this ship of Theseus conception about TMC and BJP. So it's like if BJP takes all TMC's parts away, then is BJP at all BJP or is it TMC right now? So there's literally like this sort of a philosophical discussion being happening in some Orthodox circles. Okay? Because a lot of goons of TMC have already switched allegiances to BJP. Right?
Yeah.
So like, so are they even like, is BJP actually TMC right now? Is a very interesting discussion which is happening in several parts of
But
Bengal.
wasn't it supposed to be CPM, because it was like this
Yeah, because
slogan
like all
pehle,
the TMC.
what was
हाँ,
it?
बोलिए.
पहले राम अभी no, पहले बाम अभी राम, ऐसे कुछ तो भी एक स्लोगन था, right?
Yeah, so it's like the thing with TMC is like all the people from CPIM who were like corrupt and all, they
Yeah.
switched over to TMC, and
Yeah.
now that switch is again happening to the BJP.
Oh,
Exactly.
interesting.
It's like a continuous process. So there's not actually any change in the leadership because like most of the people who are getting tickets were with the Bengal politics back in the day from CPIM only.
So it's very
By
common,
the
like
way, Meghnad,
switching
Arjun
allegiances.
Singh, Arjun Singh is
Meghnad,
literally the
I have
example of
similar
that.
experience in
So
Kerala.
he was the member of the
Acha,
CPIM
okay,
in
sorry.
20.
Haji, sorry, there are other people who also want to like speak. So I'm just going to
Uh,
interrupt you
Meg-
here and let some other people speak. Yeah.
Meghnad, I'll just suggest the name of Dipanjan. If you want annihilism, he's in the chat. Get the best annihilistic review of Bengal from him. I'm not kidding. His nihilism is at next level.
Dipanjan कौन है यहाँ पे? Who is Dipanjan? Hello Dipanjan, are you
करके
here?
लिखा हुआ है.
I don't know.
Is it Seldai?
Oh, is it Sheldai? Sheldy.
No. It's LD. Yeah.
Yeah. Go
Okay,
on.
okay.
I'm Dr. Cooper, and no, I'm not Dipanjan.
Oh, okay, Dr. Cooper, go.
Go where? I'm not Dipanjan, I'm Shelly.
As in speak.
I'm very confused right now, guys.
He
What
said
is
look for
happening?
Dipanjan. I am not
It's
Dipanjan.
like a
Meghnad,
where's Waldo
I have a point.
situation.
Yeah.
Like
Meghnad,
kahin na
I
kahin,
have an
someone
experience in
just
Kerala
came up and
that
said,
I would like
"Oh,
to
there is
share.
Dipanjan who will give you." I'm like, "Kya hai Dipanjan?" And then someone is like, "Oh, Shell." I don't know. Anyway,
Dip is there. I saw him, and then I said, Dip is there. I saw his DP. I recognized him. He
okay.
doesn't even speak right now. Nothing else.
ऐसे dox मत करो, sir. Like, don't dox people like
Sorry,
this.
sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. My bad.
Yeah. Don't dox people.
Meghnad, can we not discuss about
Okay,
Bengal anymore?
I have
I think
some
that
important news that should be discussed.
Okay.
ये politics करते रहते हो तुम. Kate Middleton has been found. She released a statement saying that she's recovering from cancer. This is news.
Oh, Kate Middleton, who basically disappeared.
Yes.
Kate कौन?
Kate Middleton, Ray.
the Duchess of
Princess.
Cambridge,
Future
the wife
Queen.
to Prince Charles.
Prince Charles, right?
हाँ,
अरे
King
Yeah,
Charles,
I
King
mean,
Charles,
बहू.
King Charles,
King Charles.
Hmm.
Yes.
and
no,
Queen
not the
Wasn't
king.
Middleton.
wasn't
Not
there
the
a
king.
photo that was edited that came out and everybody was
Yes,
like, she's
that was an
definitely gone. What is
Yep,
happening?
on Mother's Day or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. So sad. But
ये काफी
also
काफी बेकार फोटोशॉप था.
yeah. No,
काफी
I
बेकार
was I
फोटोशॉप.
was I was thinking कि हमारा royal family is much better, guys. Like हमारा royal family with the pre-wedding and all, it's much better than the UK royal family now. I don't think
You
UK.
actually confused,
Yeah.
अब प्री
you
वेडिंग तो
confused
मतलब
us with
ट्रेलर है,
family.
रियल वेडिंग तो मतलब शुरू होगा जून में.
Dude,
No,
I
but
am
the
like.
royal family.
Huh. What?
Sorry, like
Real
when you
wedding,
said
they
royal
won't invite
family, I was a
anyone.
bit
They will say
confused
it's
as
a
to who you are referring
closed
to
affair.
royals. But उसके बाद ध्यान आया. Okay.
There were two people talking at the same time.
वो मेरा रॉयल्टी नहीं है, मुझे नहीं चाहिए.
Ambani, the other
अंबानी,
business sir. अरे
चार्ल्स,
क्या
कोई
बात
भी नहीं
करते हो?
चाहिए.
As if you get to choose royalty. Like मतलब that's the whole point of royalty, that nobody chooses them but they are royalty. Anyway, like doesn't matter
Royalty
whether
struggle.
Decide.
you think of them or not, or whether they are or not. The whole point of royalty and monarchy is that they choose themselves. Don't give a shit about you.
See,
I
I
said
don't
I
want to
feel
talk about business daddy. I want to talk about our former royal, what is emperor empress. Like I was like talking to a few people in Canada about उनका क्या point of view है. Like I have seen this love for the royal family in Canada, like in Canadians, which I don't understand at all. Like कि भाई तुम तो अटलांटिक के दूसरे साइड में हो, तुम्हारा कोई कनेक्शन नहीं है यूके के साथ. Why are you so much in love? Like और इतना प्यार क्यों? Why are you not like Americans?
Oh. No, but
Just not-
forget that. I still don't understand. Like you remember, like when I did that whole pre-wedding stream, there were this bizarre posts coming up about how proud we are of India because the pre-wedding is happening in India or some Jamnagar. I'm like, ये कौन लोग है ये? Like एक तो उनका PR का तो होगा ही पैसे देके, but like I'm like, are there genuine people who exist who genuinely think that the Ambani family's pre-wedding is the greatest thing that happened to their lives, which is so bizarre. It's like भाई तेरा क्या जा रहा है यहाँ पे? It's like yeah.
I think this is
Meghnad,
hero worship, right?
hello,
This is like a hero worship thing, where ki,
hello, Meghnad.
like
हाँ sorry. Hero worship first, then the other person. Yeah.
yeah, ki
Okay,
this is
thank
more like hero worship. That ki like mere life mein there is nothing good happening, but in my hero's life something very good is happening.
That's
So
true.
I will just attach myself to that person.
Right.
Yes, you think of those people who go outside Shah Rukh Khan's house to wish him on his birthday. Now
Right.
there is nothing wrong.
Got it.
There's
Vicarious
nothing wrong
pleasure.
with Shah Rukh
you.
Khan happy
So
birthday.
I,
But
But
then
doing
who
I
has
have to slightly disagree here.
Wait.
Basically,
Who was that? Sorry, who was speaking?
Ritwik, the guy who
Ritvik.
wanted to come
Yes.
in.
Go on, Ritvik.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, I must say this, and it's true. People love Modi. People love Shah Rukh Khan. Nobody loves Ambani, even in Gujarat. If I go on the streets
exactly?
of Mehsana and say I love Ambani and I'm very happy they're getting married, I mean, when a Gujarati will like to Gando Thai like nobody talks like this even here. Nobody genuinely in Jamnagar also talks like this. So it is very sus when someone is like really loving Ambani out of nowhere.
No, I
For a
absolutely
wedding.
get where they're coming from, because it's very shocking, and then it explains a lot, right? Like it explains why they do this pre-wedding, why it's such a big show, why does Nita Ambani give herself an award about best humanitarian,
I have
kind lady, whatever.
conspiracy theory.
Gone.
I have
But Meghna,
conspiracy
Ha,
theory.
Shweta, go.
I
go ahead.
think I think the Ambani's ka pre-wedding was trailer for keeping up with the Ambanis, keeping up with the Kardashians का पहन
Oh,
बनेगा जियो पे लाइव स्ट्रीम होगा.
Bhai, okay, I
that
love
is
this.
genius.
That's a
I have a counter
genius.
theory. I
I
have a
mean,
counter theory.
okay, go on.
They are not going to invite anyone for the main wedding. They will say it's a closed family affair. हम लोग सिर्फ 10-15 लोग. That is it. That's why the
Yeah,
third
that's
count.
a
नहीं
valid
नहीं
point.
नहीं
Or they
नहीं
will
नहीं
I
call,
doubt
नहीं
or
it.
they will
नहीं
call very
नहीं wait
important people, which they want to
wait
hide basically.
नहीं.
furthering my conspiracy
I
theory.
dismiss this counter theory. I buy like Shweta's theory somehow, but I dismiss this counter theory for a very simple reason. This is the youngest son who is getting married. He's the favorite of both mom and dad. Didn't you see Mukesh cry? Like he
Yeah,
cried very dramatically when he was like giving a random very bad speech. Mukesh sir started crying, and I that was genuine, man. I believe it.
Genuinity.
that
Yes,
was
I
genuine.
agree.
Furthering my
One more theory.
conspiracy
Can I
theory.
go?
Furthering my conspiracy
Furthering
theory.
Shweta's conspiracy theory, correct. Also,
There
Shweta,
is
now that I
a
think
guest.
of it, that whole elephant park that is built there, the zoo, is freaking set, man. It is a set for the
Yes,
show.
Yes.
it is that
Yes.
completely makes a lot of sense,
Our
man.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
our elephant Ambani is a very
Also
humble
in true
person. Don't
Vishwaguru
forget that.
style.
Yeah.
One second. Also in true Vishwaguru style, the wedding list will include Taylor Swift and Kardashians. So cross promotion bhi hoga and they
Damn.
will dissolve that feud of the Swift Kardashian feud.
ये थोड़ा
So
लंबा जा रहे हो अभी श्वेता, थोड़ा
हाँ,
लंबा जा रहे
but
हो, but I
Shweta,
think
Shweta should
Russia
do a script writing
Ukraine
for the
I have an
feud
idea.
होगा.
Which airport would be
Shweta
changed
needs to do
into
script writing for the show.
this should
it
happen.
was the
Reported by Shweta. This is our original discovery.
Hmm.
So
No,
basically, we are paying for
and
all
you
this
know
wedding.
all these keeping up with Kardashians and all these reality shows are full of cringe people, no? So Ambani's
yeah.
fit that bill also. I'm so sorry, but they do.
It's like a big boss show.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they're like the most humble
Meghnad,
people on this
Huh.
just
planet.
a food for thought कि Modi ji doing Kanyadan in June या जब भी शादी होगा.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
No.
But he'll be busy with electoral
मतलब
bonds. Yeah.
best
Case.
election campaign, best.
I mean,
अगले
ये
4-5
ये
cycle
शादी में कोई politician नहीं गया था ना, like pre-wedding में. They haven't even invited.
It was all the globalists. It was
Yeah,
the
it
best
was.
event to call all the globalists like Bill Gates, BlackRock, and it
हाँ.
said the same.
Zuckerberg and all
Did
those people.
Smriti Irani go? I think
Acha,
I saw Smriti
guys,
Irani.
sorry. We are going extremely off track, and I have to end this also. But I will see you next Friday anyway. On Monday, I'll be doing a debate, so I will announce that also. And then I will see you next Friday. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Chalo.
Goodbye, Meghna.
Bye bye. Nice talking to you. What?
before Are you going to announce the debate topics before or during
I
the
will.
live stream?
On Monday morning, I
And
will announce.
and do we have to take
Okay.
a opposite side just to be on the
So
debate,
that's the
or
thing. The
just
whole point is that I will. So I'll just tell you right now. I mean, my first topic is going to be, is India becoming a dictatorship? And I am in favor of the motion. So I'll be looking for people who will be against the motion.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, Kevin.
Like
Okay.
me who
I
will
mean,
be
you
in
don't
favor
have to
and
be
they
the
will.
person. I will just look for a person who is willing to debate. Okay.
In this
Yeah,
in this
RY is
debate,
fine.
in this debate, you are the government.
Yes. Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Bye,
Okay.
friends. See you.
This one.
goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, so that was our members chat. Went on for a while. I mean, the stream has been going on for a while. I am going to go. Bye bye. But before I go, friends, someone asked me what am I playing on Steam, and I have gotten it. I have gotten Horizon Zero. Sorry, I've gotten Horizon Forbidden West. So I played it a little bit. Oh my god, this is what I'm going to do this weekend. All these electoral bonds and all the murder of democracy aside, I'm going to play a video game. So I will see you on Monday. Okay. Oh, Cinema Guy asked. It's Cinema Guy. That is what I'm playing. I just I got it. Okay, I got it. I loved the first game. I don't care what you think about it. I loved it. So I'm going to be immersed this weekend. Thank you very much. Nice seeing you. I will see you on Monday. Okay. Over and out. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. Hope you had fun. Bye.